So we're not a bunch of
We're not Neanderthals. Check it out. This is the Social Critics Podcast with your host, Driss, Alpha, Bashir, Sumi, Curtis. What the fuck is up, y'all?
Check it out.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Did you guys know that like white people have 2% Neanderthal in them?
Yeah.
I think it might be 3, but I don't know. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I kind of blanked out during anthropology.
Yeah.
What's up with everybody doing like the My Ancestry thing?
Who knows?
It's really big, but you know that's how they found the Zodiac killer, or not the Zodiac, the Golden State Killer.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they found because they did it. So he's been killing since the 70s and 80s because I'm reading that book, and
what book are you reading?
it's called "I'll Be Gone in the Dark." Oh God, I should probably
Is it about
know
the Golden
title.
State Killer?
Yeah, it is. Because that comedian's wife, she wrote the book, but the way they found him was a month ago because of like the Ancestry.com or one of those like ancestry.
He made one?
No, they were able to track down his ancestors and like find his DNA through it and everything.
Oh, so what were the men talking about?
Wow.
Oh,
This bitch just grabbed my hand as if I wasn't going to chop it off. I will cut all of your dicks.
How was that girl codes?
It was fun. It was okay.
Who's
Kylie.
all on it?
So me, Mallory, and Cassie. But my friend Kylie was on it, and Kylie's like she's a good person to put on the podcast just because I think she has a lot of opinions and she has that like I'll kind of tell it how it is personality. So
she's basically another Sumi.
Okay, so who all here listened to their podcast?
Oh, I'm giving it a listen next week for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow.
you guys better listen to it because we actually did listen to
I
it.
like the girls.
Yeah,
one
no, I heard like 30 minutes of it.
What did you think so far?
Oh no, it was good. I forget what you guys were talking about because I heard 30 minutes on Monday and then I haven't listened since. So
No, it was fun.
I'm gonna finish it.
I hate stopping in the middle of a podcast.
Well, no, I had to get out to go to work.
Yeah.
You didn't have an
Yeah, I didn't really have a choice.
Wait,
You don't
we
have
haven't-
like one headphone in when you're working?
While I'm working, no.
That's what I do,
I
yeah.
listen to podcasts on the drive to work because it takes me about 25 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's smart.
True
Okay.
that. True that.
And you take the long way.
No, well, not anymore. 'Cause
We're
it's
forced.
The fucking yeah.
Oh yeah.
This
I hope
construction.
everybody.
Oh, God.
I told them this. That construction people right there. I hope they all die, bro.
Fuck them niggas, bro.
Like
I
die.
had to go to 270 this time. Bro, Casey said it right. It is the most boringest drive.
There's
ever.
nothing there.
There's nothing.
And it's so long.
It is long.
I was
270.
literally picturing the circle of 270 while I was driving. I was like, damn.
I think
I'm passing it around.
71 from Columbus to Cincy is the most boring drive too, and back. Except the hell is real
Athens-
sign.
Athens
That's
is
all you
boring
see.
drive.
Yeah, the hell is
Athens
real.
The hell is
horrible
real.
drive.
Actually, no.
Thou shalt not.
I like Athens because at least there's like scenery. You know what I'm saying? Like she's right though. The drive
That's
to
like
Cincinnati.
near Athens.
It's so
That's like
boring.
right when you
And
get to
imagine
the
making it by
drive
yourself.
there. Sure.
Yeah, I know. You drive like a madman.
I
So
hate long distance.
bless Curtis's
driving.
heart. Like he drove us out one night, but I think my neck snapped.
That's normal.
I was
driving.
literally.
He said that's a normal job.
I have never.
You are a scary driver.
I was so sore.
No, I turn into a God-fearing man when I'm in Curtis's vehicle.
Yeah.
And Alpha does not believe in
He
God.
puts the faith in Alpha.
Speaking of God fearing, this Cuddy and Ye album.
Ooh. These kids are seeing ghosts and I'm seeing
So
ghosts.
good.
And I'm happy.
I'm sorry,
So
guys.
good.
This is just we about to just be random and everywhere. So deal with it.
No,
Just
it was
we
a
don't
really
have
good
any
album.
topics this week, do we?
we just firing
But
shit
that
off.
Reborn,
But didn't Kanye
This
just
is-
have his birthday? Didn't he just have his birthday?
it was
Yeah.
just, it was
I
just
think it was yesterday, right?
So he dropped 2 albums.
That man is smart.
Gemini season.
Wait,
Go
so
Gemini.
hold on, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this Gemini season. Is it me or is it an influx of people trendy? Like, is it trendy now? Or is
I'm
it
a Gemini.
Bro,
I'm a
literally.
Gemini.
No,
People-
last year people weren't
never-
talking. Last year people weren't talking about
bro,
Gemini
it's
like this.
all, yes.
No,
it-
they
yes,
weren't.
they were.
No, they
bro.
weren't, dog.
I
They all,
promise.
it always comes out.
Nah.
It comes out during
Yes, it-
Gemini.
everyone-
Yeah, it
everyone I
does.
know is a
Every
Gemini
June,
now.
bro. Because we're the strongest.
Curtis
No,
and I are Geminis.
I think you guys are stronger
Curtis
now.
and
I think you guys
We're
are
strongest,
bigger
bro.
now. But
We're
last
fucking
year,
bipolar.
nobody was talking about this.
What?
I go down the street, I go to Kmart, and someone's like, "Yo, it's Gemini season. Get out of my way."
Goddamn
I'm like,
right.
nigga, I don't know
Get
you.
the fuck out of his way.
Get the fuck out of here, Gemini
Out of his
season.
way.
Shit.
You don't know when they're gonna snap. When we're gonna snap.
I'm gonna snap your neck.
I
Damn
snapped.
I'll snap your neck.
Damn right.
Keep
Get
snapping
the
at me.
fuck out my way, Gemini.
God, fuck these Geminis. I'm fucking with you
I'm a
guys.
Virgo.
I'm
You guys
kidding.
know how I feel about astrology. I don't.
What are you?
I don't believe any.
Yeah,
of
what
that
are you?
shit.
He's nothing. He doesn't believe it.
So he still can be something.
Nope,
I'm a Libra. I don't
he's
believe in
nothing.
that shit.
Oh, I mean,
Nothing. You're not that.
I got
What is
scales.
Your birthday's in May?
March.
March.
I'm sorry.
I'm not a Libra.
No, I think
I don't know.
Aries.
Fuck
Aries.
Aries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you would be an Aries.
See, I hate that.
I hate when niggas
what
do
the
that.
fuck does
I
that
don't
even
know.
mean?
I know, but they do
Like,
say
I have no
that.
clue.
Anyway, let's actually talk about the
But
album.
yeah.
What did you guys think about it?
I loved it.
I just love the eeriness of it.
When did it
It's
come out?
so-
When did it come out?
3 days ago?
Was it
The Cudi and
2 days
Kanye
ago.
album?
2 days ago.
Thursday.
yesterday?
Oh, I thought it came out Thursday.
They were streaming it
I've
Thursday.
probably listened to the whole album a total of 20 times.
20 times already?
It's easy to do
I
that.
listened
Well,
to
it's
it
really short, I
songs.
guess.
Seven
Yeah,
3
it's short.
times. I think I've heard it a total of
Bro, I just let it. I've been playing it literally just on. I haven't turned it off.
It
I
almost
just let
when
it
you
loop
do
and loop
listen,
and loop.
yeah, when you listen to it just straight through.
I watched
It
the
doesn't
listening
feel like-
party,
That's-
and they play it twice.
Oh, I was
Just like
drinking
that,
during
and
it.
it was.
I know that. I know that. Lower joint, that Reborn. I know that shit was going at that.
I
Man,
like
that shit
part.
was going.
I like
at
Feel
that
the Love.
party,
You like Feel
bro.
the Love?
Yeah, Feel the Love. When
Feel
the
the Love.
drums kick in,
It's Cudi, man. I think it's just
Cudi is that god, bruh.
He's like his
Cudi
melodies
is a
are like
god.
harmonizing.
His harmonies.
It's
Harmon-
emo.
Harmon-
It's emo mixed with. It's like 3% of trap,
Yeah, emo.
a lot of emo, and then when you mix that with Ye, like that's the perfect like psychopaths.
They are like
It is. It
What's that
kind of
niggas
has a
called when they
psychotic
do it together?
feel to it.
the Dragon Ball Z shit.
Fusion, yeah.
They fusion together.
That's what.
bro.
That's exactly
It's
what
a
they
good
did.
fusion.
Cannot believe
I
you get
fucking love
Dragon
that
Ball
album,
reference.
bro.
So- I love it
and I
too.
love it.
Like,
I
literally
mean, it
love
just
it.
came out, and I
only
love
listened
it.
to it
While we are on
one
the
time.
music tip though, because we were doing specials for the last couple of weeks. I want to talk about the Drake Push situation and how
Light
that's.
skinned niggas are dead out
Yeah,
here.
so I think it's safe to say the Push won that because
no,
we're not
light
gonna
skinned
hit-
niggas are annihilated.
Oh my god.
Or
Dark
put-
skin
okay.
shall rise. We haven't had this since Kendrick really first came out. We haven't had a dark skin rise, bro. Push put us back on. Drake shit on a lot of niggas
What
throughout
did
the
light skinned
years.
nigjust do to you? I don't have
Yeah,
that same
bro.
you've been
picture.
hurt.
of-
You've been hurt.
It's just
You're a hater.
You know.
Did a light skinned guy
You
just
know.
like fuck you over when you were
took
like
your
at the
bitch.
bar
I
or
just-
some
I
shit?
don't
Did
know.
he bend
bro.
you over and teach
I
you a
don't-
lesson?
I can't feel real camaraderie with light skinned dudes, bro. Even if a dark skinned dude and light skinned dude live the same exact life,
Yeah.
I still gonna lean towards the dark skin. I'm like, man, he might know a little bit more, been through a little bit more. Light skinned niggas, they get it easy, man.
So were you biased? So you were definitely biased in the Push Drake situation.
Fuck yeah, I was hoping he killed Drake, bruh.
So
Why,
what?
does
So with
everybody
that,
want to see the demise of Drake? I'm always confused.
I
by
know
it.
I
like
like
there's
Drake.
no
I
actual
like Drake.
demise.
No,
to
there's.
him.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying people in general do want to see Drake fail.
But why? Because nobody wants to see anyone succeed at the end of the day.
Well,
But they want to see Push succeed by whooping his ass.
No, but
Yeah.
if he does succeed at one point, they want to see him fail.
that's true.
I
like
mean,
that.
but
You lead-
Push was such the underdog.
Everybody-
You reach
well,
a
Drake-
certain part. What am I saying? A certain realm
Level
of
of-
level
Yeah, there
of
you go.
success to the point where people want to
What's
see you
the same?
fall.
I mean, Drake was an underdog when he started. Everybody rooted for him.
And on top of that, he took down Meek. That was a hitter. Like, he killed a dark skinned nigga's
What do you,
career damn near.
What do you think about? They said that Drake has another diss
I don't
song.
give a fuck.
Yeah,
He not
I mean,
coming
if it
back,
doesn't,
bro.
yeah, if it doesn't come out, then it doesn't matter.
Exists.
I
I don't think it
do.
exists.
I do believe he had one, and then I think it got.
No, I
nipped
think
in
it
the bud.
exists. That
I think
didn't
definitely
Jay Prince say it was too
I
ruthless?
I think it was going at Kanye, and he was going to
I
expose.
think
some-
that's what I was about to go on.
Yeah.
I think he had one. It's just that Kanye dropping all this shit. Ain't nobody gonna care about Drake dropping shit right now.
That's true.
So Push
yes,
really
they
kind
will.
of dropped his shit right then and there.
They'll
Yeah,
care. They would if Drake dropped something tomorrow.
Right,
niggas
yeah,
would-
it
Yo,
was
you
still
think
blo-
that
it was
this
still
might
blow
make
up.
it on his album now? That might be fire.
You know what?
Make
I don't
it on
want it
his
to.
album?
I don't want it to.
I
Like if
want
you
it to.
had your shot, bro. Like if you're not
They
going to
should
do it
put it
now,
out.
I think his. What are you doing over here?
Don't worry
buddy?
about it.
I think that pop, club diss song. I think that's been done. Now it's done. Like, don't do it again. I mean, you can still diss somebody, but don't go for that record.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was
It's kind
strategic.
of lame.
It was strategic.
Yeah,
when
that's
he
what
did
I'm
the
saying.
first
It's kind of
time. Yeah,
lame
you
if
can't
you do
that
it
now.
twice.
Well, no, I think
Especially
they should just
Push,
dead it. I think it's over. It should be over. If Jay Prince ends something, it's over.
I just feel like
He
it was
scares
too
me.
Hey, man.
disrespectful.
No, do not. Absolutely not.
Hold on,
I'm
Chris.
stop. Don't. No. Absolutely not.
I do
I'm
feel
not gonna
like
be. No, if that's the case, yo, I'm out. It was good knowing you.
Jay Prince, you're a wonderful guy.
That nigga sounds scary.
He
so
I'm
calm and
Look,
scary,
I don't know
bro.
him. I'll never meet him in my life, and I'm scared.
Treyway.
Stop.
Don't do
Well,
that.
speaking of ends,
It's hot as shit in here.
the Cavs.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go somewhere else. And I
I
was
mean,
like,
this
that
is
is
gonna be an
Ugh.
episode of just ends.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah.
ass. And
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Cavs lost. We knew that.
Fucking
Yeah.
Womp,
So we're
womp,
like,
womp,
we knew.
womp.
I knew we
Anyway,
lost.
so the real fun is where's LeBron going next
LA?
year? That's
Lakers. I
LA
said
with Paul?
Lakers.
I hope he goes to the Sixers.
I hope he goes
Grizzlies?
to the
Yo,
Sixers.
I really wouldn't want him to go to the West, bro. I think if he goes to the West, that shit would just make it unbalanced in the NBA.
It already
I think he's
is.
gonna go to
That's
the
what we
Lakers.
need,
just
though.
be, it just
The
be
East is
retarded,
so
though.
trash right now, though.
He should just go to the Warriors.
What would
That
the
would
East do
not be
without him?
allowed.
Fuck
That would
that.
not be
What would
allowed.
the Eastern
Get all the
Conference be?
rings. Listen, he didn't already prove that he's a beast. He done took that team all the way up on his back the first time and got
Because
that
JR
fucking
didn't
ring.
do anything.
Hey, JR balled.
Yeah,
he balled second game.
yo,
yo.
let's talk
Thank
about
you.
this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk
Thank
about
you.
it. Let's talk about
All
your
right, let's
guy.
talk about
Let's
this.
talk about your guy. That
Why is
jersey
it-
hanging right over
He
there.
couldn't
Is
say-
it
he
still
said-
hanging there?
It is still hanging there. What's up?
Yeah, all right. We need a quick intervention with Driss about J.R.
It's
Smith.
I think it's over.
Hop
That's
off
dead.
his dick.
That's done.
He's
That-
trash.
That's
He's
ended.
terrible.
Nah, JR
He's
athletic,
not
bro.
that
I fuck with.
trash.
No, you want to know why he's trash? Because
He can't
he's
play
just,
with LeBron.
Well, no,
He can't.
you can't trust him.
He can't play
I
with
hate
I don't care if
Draymond
he's
Green more than
talented.
him,
He
though.
can't play with
but
LeBron.
I will
He
play
just
with.
can't.
But
He's
here's the thing.
sporadic.
When you brought up Draymond Green,
I hate
I would
him.
play with him in a heartbeat. I would love to
I
have
would
him on my
too.
team.
I hate
I
him.
I'd hate to play
Draymond.
against him.
Yep.
Playing against him is
Yep.
annoying as shit.
Playing
Playing
with
with
him,
him,
he'll make you
I would
better.
love
Hate
him.
him.
I would love to
Yeah,
play with
because he would
somebody.
get in their head. Like,
Yeah.
go fuck with them over
Exactly.
there, man.
I'd love having him on my team.
I
Him
would,
and
I'd be
Tristan
wanting to
Thompson
punch
went
that
at it a
nigga,
couple
bro.
times.
Yeah, hey, Tristan Thompson can't be getting in Draymond Green's face.
Hey, shout out to fucking Rodney Hood. That boy
Yo,
was
Oh
Rodney
my
Hood was
god,
balling,
he
bro.
had a
Yeah.
breakout,
Shut up to
breakout
the
performance.
Cavs are stupid. He
And
should have
Kevin
been
Love.
in.
Was
Yeah,
he
you
hurt?
too.
Was he
Yeah,
hurt
he
or some
should've
shit?
been.
No, because there was a
Why
game where
didn't
they
he?
got blown out, and they said Rodney Hood get in. He's like, "Nigga, I'm not playing this garbage time."
Oh god.
So he hasn't played in the whole
Oh, he
series
said that
after
shit?
that. He didn't watch that. He didn't play in the next series, right? At all.
He didn't. Yeah,
And then he didn't play in the beginning of this one
Oh,
until
I didn't know that.
they were losing.
That's the reason.
I low key wish the Celtics would have beat the Cavs though, so we wouldn't have to hear the whole LeBron's 3-6 in the NBA Finals. Look, I don't.
Didn't he? Wasn't his hand like swollen?
Yeah,
Wasn't
he
he
broke
playing
his
in a?
hand.
He broke his hand on
Yeah.
the JR game, I guess. Right?
Yeah, and they
punched
showed the
something
difference
and-
between his
Punched something.
hands. Like it was swollen.
He's like, I've pretty much been playing with a broken hand. this whole
literally, and his eye was fucked up the whole
Yeah,
game.
they fucked his eye up.
Yeah.
time. Yo, that shit was illegal.
All the
Draymond
highlight
should have
clips, he
been
just got
kicked
He
a
out.
bad
literally
eye.
was a
I
walking
didn't
corpse
know
playing.
LeBron could break a bone.
Yeah, true
And he
that.
still and he
He still
played.
played.
And he still
Didn't he?
shooting
Wasn't
50.
he 34 minutes when they were talking about his play time? Was it like
Yeah, he
34
said
minutes
it was like
that one?
the highest amount of like play time for his
yeah.
age.
He
Like, for
played
his-
old is
550 more minutes than anybody in the NBA. Do you know that?
550.
Pretty much 12 more games more than anybody coming
Because
into
there's
this
no
series.
game without him.
That's
don't
crazy.
win
no
with
There's no
game
team
without him.
without
shit.
him.
Isn't that crazy?
They don't make the playoffs. With him.
I'm not
Yes.
doing that, bro. I like a solid system of homies, and I don't mind, carrying that
torch.
carrying that cross.
Okay.
But I'm not about to be doing this shit every time, bro.
That's
So-
what he's saying though.
So when it comes
Gone.
to the Cavs, though, I'll say, or not the Cavs, LeBron's future. I like LA. I like him getting Chris Paul to go there.
He gonna look retarded in the motherfucking LA jersey,
Yeah.
bro. He gonna be ugly in that
I
yellow.
don't
Who
want him
cares?
to go.
Niggas about the ring. Listen,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
are the Cavs a lottery pick next year?
This coming draft, they have the 8th
Not
pick.
this one.
yeah.
I'm talking about next year.
Oh, I don't know. I have no clue.
What do you think?
I think
That's all I'm
they're
asking.
gonna be-
You got to
they're
blow
gonna
that
be
team up.
garbage.
If LeBron leaves, you blow that team
You
up.
have
Who
to.
all
Yeah.
did we lose from last year? You said Derrick Rose, Kyrie. Who else left the team from last year?
Derrick Rose wasn't on there.
Iman
last year.
Shumpert.
Oh, he wasn't last year?
Shumpert,
Oh, Shumpert.
was gone.
Richard-
Um,
Could have used him
Who's
in
the
this
ball
Richard-
dude?
But
Richard
But
Jefferson.
Shump was
Richard
injured. He was
Jefferson.
fucked up though, and he
Jefferson's
admitted
old.
that he was like, "Man, I wasn't healthy enough, so I couldn't be mad at him for
I'm
trading me."
I'm excited for the rookies that are coming in. The dude from the European cat,
Greece.
6'7", that has handles like Kyrie,
Luca,
passes like LeBron.
Really?
Luca,
Really?
yeah, no, he's
Crazy.
nice.
Luka
And
Brasi.
he might, but
And
he
then-
might be the number one pick in the draft.
Yeah, and
I
they
think
got
it's gonna be
yeah,
Aiden though.
Aiden, yeah, this
Bro,
big
you
ass
know-
dude.
I think LeBron's going to the Knicks.
No.
All right,
that's
so
not
let's
happening.
change
need
subject.
to.
I don't even want to entertain. Let's just go.
to.
Let's just
Bro,
fuck
it's not
this
happening.
shit.
It's not
Oh,
happening.
Hey,
absolutely
LeBron
not.
might look kind of dope in the Knicks
He
jersey.
was, but that's
no,
not
I
happening.
don't care. I don't want to see him.
Don't
in
get my
there.
hype.
No.
Well,
You're trying to get people hopes up, and it's never gonna
Speaking
happen.
of morbid endings,
What the fu-
we
all
did
right.
have
I'm
we had
sorry.
two pretty bad losses this week.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
So we lost Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain, and it was both of
rest
them
in
were
peace.
to suicide. You know what's scary? And actually, Cassie and I were talking about this. Death comes in threes. And like, remember the year that we lost?
Bourdain killed himself.
Michael
What?
Jackson and all them, and it was the same thing that it was like a drug related. It was Anna Nicole Smith, Michael Jackson, Heath Ledger. They were all drug related deaths.
Wait, who's
so
the other
far,
one?
Anna Nicole Smith.
Theory.
Oh, Anna Nicole Smith.
So-
Okay.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
That's
Curtis,
crazy.
what were you gonna say?
I don't think I'm nothing. Wasn't
You don't
going
think he
down a
was
long road.
suicide?
I just don't think he
Why?
did too much, and he knew too much of self.
You didn't know.
But he had
You didn't
such
know what
a-
he knew.
He had such a positive perspective
That's
of
usually
life.
You don't know what people are going through.
Those are usually the people. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You don't know what
Robin
people are going
Williams.
through, man.
It's hard, but
But
I mean,
when you do jujitsu, bro,
You still don't know what people are going through. I don't care what you do. Jujitsu, Jenga. I don't
Say
give
that
a
again.
fuck.
Say that again.
Jenga.
You don't know.
No.
What I say? Fuck you. Scientists at MIT create a psychopath AI by feeding.
How
it
about
chloride-
we get to that a little bit later?
What do you-
I
We're
do
talking
like
about
that.
That's
I
crazy.
know.
Suicide and death.
So why do you
Just
think you don't
changed-
kill himself? Just because you don't
just
think that's
didn't-
him?
No, I know.
You know, if the Anthony Bourdain one hit home because it was just like, yo, I didn't realize how
Everybody-
many people watch that show though.
so many
So
people.
many.
I
I
mean,
like
and
that
he's
show.
been around for so fucking long.
he died
though,
61,
like-
right? Was
Yeah.
he 61?
And he doesn't look
I didn't
61.
even know he was that
No,
old.
he's
Yeah,
a
that's
handsome
I was
crazy.
dude.
surprised when I saw that.
He was a
age.
handsome dude.
He was in good shape.
So they said he hung himself.
Kate Spade hung herself.
I left
I
a
think
note
they
for her
said he hung
daughter, right?
himself as well, right?
I actually don't know.
I don't know.
if they
Is this
hung-
mean? Like
It's probably gonna be mean if you think it's mean.
like spice up the suicides, bro. Like people, like
No, you
hanging
can't.
themselves, bro.
No.
That's like old school suicide.
So
You know
what,
how
want a
many
revolver to the
celebrities?
That's old
Like
school.
Russian
dome? Then
roulette?
how else do you fucking kill
I'm going
yourself?
out with a bang.
You know how many
Are you
celebrities
gonna
Are you
deal
suicide?
with?
Are you gonna kill yourself?
No, definitely not. If
But
I
We are
was,
not joking about this.
if I was,
You would.
I wouldn't do that.
What would you do?
I don't know.
Don't-
I'd
don't-
do
don't-
something
Yeah,
like-
no, let's
endorse
not.
it.
Let's
Don't
not.
Yeah,
endorse
even
it.
maybe
start
that's not,
something
that's
entertaining.
not the
I'll fight a
direction we
bear.
should go.
So
You want to fight a bear to die?
What if you win?
You got a new life on me.
Arian Foster said he could fight like an I don't know if it was a bear.
Arian Foster's a
He
weird
wrestled.
dude.
He wrestled a bear.
He said no. He said he would do it and he think he would win.
I think I can beat a mountain lion, like a small one. Like a
You a
So all
weird dude
right,
too.
back on
Like
the
60
on the
pounds.
subject of suicides though, because I think
Oh,
it
that's a
brings
cut.
up like
I could.
I think it brings up like a greater point. I heard like suicides are up 25% since 1999. So what do y'all? What's causing?
I
an
think people are.
epidemic.
I think mental illness is just something that's going severely untreated, and I think people are just pushing it aside.
Somebody said something to me when we were talking about this, where it's like when people, it's like an epidemic. When people see it, they just like
It's normalized.
So it's
Normally-
like school shooters.
it just keeps happening. People keep doing it. What'd you say?
I mean, but
I could see
suicide has been around forever. Though.
But you know how many celebrities have terrible anxiety, like just terrible anxiety, and because everything is so public with them, it's not like they really have many outlets to just keep things private.
So well, therapists they're legally not allowed to say anything. But
they can say something if they think their life's in danger.
well, let's get into that. Why?
oh, if they think you're gonna kill yourself,
If they think you
Yeah,
can kill
no,
yourself, they can
sure,
tell.
sure,
They
I'm
can tell
saying-
They
something.
they can say something.
Yeah,
okay.
If they think your life
To
is
who though?
to a loved one, a doctor,
Law
somebody.
enforcement, maybe.
Law enforcement
I
too.
think
Yeah,
they
Yeah,
just have
they're
to
required.
report it.
They have to report it if you're going to kill yourself. If you're a danger
But
to yourself or others.
but what? I wonder. I mean, y'all don't. But I wonder what would give them that. Like, do they actually have to say like, "Man, I've been thinking about killing myself lately"?
no,
Or-
because a lot of people say that in a therapy session.
Well, that's
that's
what-
not a sign
Well,
of it.
people
A
will say,
sign is
I'm-
like
yeah.
you're literally closed off. Like there's just no hope. in
That's
you.
not a sign saying I'm thinking about killing myself.
But that's what you have to admit in therapy for them to go into detail. That's not a reason to report it to somebody. They're there because of that reason. They're there because
watched
they've
13
already
Reasons?
admitted it. What?
You watched 13 Reasons?
Yeah, they're coming out with this season 3.
Yeah, so there's a girl in there, pretty much the girl that killed herself. She talked to her counselor.
oh.
She told pretty much like, she didn't say it, but she was like, I feel like, in other words, I'm going to kill myself. But that dude can't do anything.
Well, she reported that she was raped, and
Oh, yeah, rape. Never mind, I
yeah,
killed
she
herself.
didn't admit
I might
about
do
killing
something.
herself,
see,
but
that's
she
different.
talked to
Never
her
mind.
basically saying like, I think I'm pretty sure he like raped me, and he's like, are you sure? Like doubting
Yeah.
her, so she started doubting it, and it was like, no, bitch, it was rape.
How
And,
do
like,
you? What's confusing about rape?
he was just like, well, should we report it? And she's like, I don't know. And he goes, well, if you don't feel comfortable reporting it and you're not sure if it happened,
I'm gonna ask a girl. Like, is there a confusion of rape amongst women?
here's the thing. They classify as just not giving any consent. That's what rape is classified as.
Wait,
like the girl, like the person doesn't give consent.
So there hasn't. I mean, I'm pretty sure there has, but are cases not prominent of like, oh, but I don't know if it was really rape or. Are they,
I mean, that's unfortunately that's the gray line that everyone's battling with is what
No,
people
I'm saying
who
girls
aren't-
themselves.
That probably does happen because they're probably
I wonder if
faded.
girls think that they're
Here's my
There's
thing:
something
if
I'm
you
being
said
faded where it's
yes
like,
to
shit.
going upstairs in someone's bedroom, like, are you gonna claim like? But if you're saying no and they still go after you, like you're like, you know what, I
Yeah,
turn
that's
around,
still
I don't want
rape.
it. That's still rape.
That goes back to that surprise sex stuff. Like you have sex with the condom, then you take it off and you stick it back in, and they say that's rape.
Yeah, that is rape though.
That's crazy. Why would you do that?
That is
Oh my
rape.
god, yeah. Why would you
That's like
do
some
that?
It's called
surprise sex.
stealthing.
It has a term.
But to like
I think
nut in
that's the
her
term.
for what reason?
No.
Because it feels better, obviously.
Yeah, but yeah, you take the condom off without her knowing. Yeah, I think it's called stealthing.
That's crazy.
That is
What?
fucking
Yeah, that is
That's
rape.
up to
that is rape though.
But okay,
because you're not.
Let's get
'cause-
into this.
Well, that's rape because you're not.
You took-
She didn't know that.
I'm not
that was
backing
happening.
this. I'm not backing this in any sort. But if you take the risk at even having sex with this dude, is that still? And
Yeah, that's still
is that
rape.
still your fault?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying is that still
It's not the woman's fault. No.
No, it's not.
What do you
'cause-
mean?
Just
Wait.
because she was like,
not
yeah, I'm gonna fuck you.
fault, but like
Because it's under. All right, Curtis. How about this? You thought the chick was a chick,
yeah, fuck that bitch.
and then but it ended up being a
fuck
guy.
That. I kill
Oh,
him.
there.
Okay. All right. Well, no. I
kill him.
I would say that's still rape because that's under false pretenses.
Yeah, but that's rape.
False
You didn't-
pretenses. There you
I
go. I
agree.
like that.
Water.
So that-
booty is more important than water.
But no, I mean, just going back on it a little bit. Do you guys think we're gonna hear about another
That's
celebrity death?
crazy.
I mean, I don't know.
You got me
both
I
thinking.
feel like a lot of them die
to be
automatically.
to be honest, I didn't know who the Kate Spade woman was.
I didn't know who that was either.
You doesn't know
know
who
who
Kate
Kate
Spade
I heard the
is?
Yeah.
movie. I mean,
No.
I heard the name, but
I
I
hadn't
Do you
even
know
heard the
David
name.
Spade?
Yeah.
That's his sister-in-law.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
she's
that.
a designer,
I didn't know they were
handbags,
I
and
didn't know
purses.
if they were related.
of what though? What's her brand?
Kate Spade.
Purses.
Oh, that's
purses.
the
Yeah,
name of the
Kate
stuff.
Spade
It's
is
just
like
like a
her.
little.
So you expect me
Metal,
to know what
like-
purse
It has
brand
a
that
literally a spade. It says
Oh.
Kate
Kate
Spade
Spade,
with a
that's it,
spade,
yeah.
but David Spade is. Her,
Oh, she probably worth hundreds
his
of millions of
sister-in-law.
dollars. That nigga,
Yeah, she got mad money,
that
dog.
nigga had to come up. Not, I mean, it's not. I don't want to joke, but like he really did. But yeah, no, I knew Anthony Bourdain because of the show and whatnot.
Did they talk about how he
Parts
did
unknown.
it? I don't.
I don't know how you did it.
I swear I read that he hung himself.
I know Kate
That's what I
did.
read.
Kate.
Kate Bourdain too cool.
Did she like
man.
leave a
Was
note
too
or
cool.
He
something?
was, bro, older dude with tats.
I think she
You know what I'm
did.
saying?
She
Like,
did leave
If
a
you're
note.
cool out there and you think about killing yourself, don't do it.
If you're
I
thinking
want
about
you to-
killing yourself at all, don't
The only
do
time,
it.
no,
I know, but
well,
especially
no,
if you're
hold
cool.
on. The only time I condone killing yourself is if you're gonna take other
Kill
people
others.
out with
Yeah, if
you.
you're gonna kill others, kill
Kill
yourself.
yourself. Okay.
Kill
I like
yourself and spare all of us.
Or just find help. How about that, guys? Let's go the peaceful way.
Sure, but if you do want to kill yourself and you're gonna do it
Y'all
regardless,
know the rock star sign mean love?
Yeah,
In sign
in sign language.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never knew that.
What?
I just found that out.
Yeah.
You
Well,
didn't know
this
that?
is the rock star sign, right? It's not this.
This is
But
love.
people do this.
People do this, but it's this.
Yeah. I didn't know that meant love. I
Yeah.
thought I was just like some gang shit. Because I'm tired of seeing. If I see you're over 25 and you're doing this,
I'm not over 25 yet.
Oh, go ahead, gang.
2 weeks.
I'm 1 year
this
over
is not
25.
your style. This is
Two
not your life, though. Sumi.
2 weeks.
You gotta go up and down like this.
Wow, you're like
Yeah.
one of the few girls who actually broadcast their age.
Two
Maybe
and a-
because you're-
two and
Because
a-
I'm going to be
two in a
40
coop,
and I'm
one in a
still going to
poop.
get ID'd.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's very true.
So I wish
Sumi does. She loves like looking older and
I
acting on
know. I don't act
Until
like
you're
that.
older.
No,
Then
because
you're
I
gonna
will
be like,
I
literally.
had a
wish I was
conversation
younger.
with somebody about that earlier this week.
Don't be salty to get older, Sumi.
I'm not.
I feel
want
like
to.
girls, like they're just automatically salty that they're going to get older.
They should be. Their lives are
It's
going
like
downhill.
50-50 with dudes.
I will
Girls
say
jokes.
though,
Girls
I
got
will
an
say
internal clock.
guys
Jokes.
do age better than women.
Of course we do,
So-
but it's like 50.
You know why? You know why I think?
like-
You know why
it's
I think
like
that's me?
50-50
You know why I
with
think
guys.
that? Because we don't worry about our age. Women have to because of birthing and everything. Like
No, you know why?
We don't stress
Here,
ourselves.
I'm
We
gonna
do
really
have to
go
stress-
into
yeah.
why.
Okay.
Because women mature 40 times faster than
Yep.
us, right?
100
Do they?
times faster.
Yeah, they,
it. Yeah.
So,
Wait,
They hit
so
puberty
wait,
before
hear
us?
me out.
Okay,
Hear me out.
No,
Hold up.
really
So,
want to like debunk that.
So
'cause I
when
think
they
it's
so when they
bullshit,
like
but-
18, 19, emotionally they do.
Okay, sure.
Not no debunk that.
Debunk
No,
it.
I just said okay, sure. Emotionally, that's
I mean,
one aspect.
Usually girls
But-
get their like period, start their period
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot sooner
physically
than
too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
it.
But what do you mean?
Sorry,
though? That's-
Alpha,
No,
if you hate women,
maturity
but I'm
too.
trying to
No,
take
I'm
up.
not. I actually look at women.
So
as
what is
an
maturing to
equal.
you? What is maturing to you?
No, just mature. That's a person by
got
person.
Knowing
thing.
who you are.
Yeah, that's a person by person.
I feel like
thing.
women do that. They know how to do that a little bit faster.
In the population,
I
And the
think
thing
so.
is, we
Okay, in
age
the
better
population.
because we're finding out later. They already know.
I don't. Okay.
So they're
see that.
turning to the
That can
old.
be a
They're
factor.
old.
Yeah,
They're
I
old
agree.
ladies while they're young, and they're turning older. And they're turning older when they get older.
I think it's
we
all
just
stress.
now starting to get old when we 30 because we like, oh damn, this is new.
I agree
I
with
don't
you.
know
I agree
if
with
I
I
agree
agree
with
with
all
them.
that.
Like that can be a factor, but I think it's a person by
I
person
think it's a
thing.
person by person
and all
thing.
stress.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
I know
your
some
aging.
pretty fucking immature.
Aging
women,
is
so-
stress, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're not talking about
And-
outliers.
okay,
though.
well then,
I'm not saying aging
so-
is stress. That's it. If
So
there was no
immature-
stress in your world,
Is it?
aging. You said aging is stress.
aging would be stress.
Yeah,
That's it.
aging. Literally, don't you ever hear like, oh,
The
I
biggest
literally
aching.
took 10 years off my life
Yeah.
from worrying
That's-
about this.
I feel like that's stress. I don't think that's aging.
That's
I feel like that's
no,
life.
The biggest impact on aging is stress. How about that?
I feel like the biggest impact on aging is life.
Well, that's just life, dog. What do you mean? We can't use life
No,
as
like,
an
all
answer.
right, my car got towed.
That's stress.
They forgot to get my trash can.
But you're switching it up. How about when my kid just graduated? That's life
stress?
too. That's life that you said.
Oh,
That's life. So is
yeah,
that gonna
but
fuck
that's
up your aging?
added. If your kid just graduated, how old are you and
I
your
just
kid?
I just got a raise in my job. My job is that gonna?
How long have you been working?
Is that gonna make me older?
Yes. How long have you been working?
No. See,
well,
now you're
nothing
just talking about, like,
physically makes you older,
Crazy.
but it's more of like your
I mean,
emotional.
time.
is of course, because
Yeah.
you're gonna die.
I'm not going to die.
All right, so to
Don't
wrap this
say
up,
that.
that,
what is
that part
happening?
up. Yeah, look, person by person.
I like
a
this
person
random
by
shit.
people mature at different rates. It has nothing to do with gender. That's basically what I was saying. It just depends on the individual.
I feel like it's I feel like it's categories of maturity though.
Sure. All right. Well, then, because women do gossip more. That's like a scientific fact. Like they'll
course.
study. They study
course
But
like
they
that's
do.
because of the tribe. They broke that down by tribal.
sure.
Because most women don't go out for the hunting aspect. They stay back and
yeah, they're less
collect
aggressive.
berries and
they're
blah,
less
blah, blah,
aggressive
but
than men.
add that
Sure.
to the modern. So when they doing that, they have no other choice but to, hey, you see the way that bitch over there picking her berries? Like,
Yeah.
while we out here killing tigers and shit, we ain't got time to be, we like, fuck you, nigga, like, help me.
Because you have to. Yeah, you're right. Because you have to get
But
out.
the
you have to
difference
get
is
out
too, I
aggression.
think mostly guys look at it as like a competitive edge, whereas girls, like you said, gossip more about it. Like,
Well, no,
you
it's
guys-
still competitive, but they have different ways of just releasing that anger out.
And we're better at teaming up. Because, like,
What do you mean?
Yes.
if
like
it's
collaborative
an
efforts.
objective and it's like, fuck, I don't like you, but you good at
But
this
you can
part.
do-
Help
Oh,
me.
yeah, that's
Let's
right,
knock
yeah,
this shit
sure.
out. Then we can be back to hating each other.
Sure.
Girls
is
ain't
true.
gonna do that. They rather burn and drown. Like, bitch, I'm not.
There's a lot.
I'll
There's
do
a
it
lot of
myself
wood.
or
Do
I'm
they?
gonna die.
Is
Yeah.
that- I mean, I don't know. I'm
Girls
Oh,
beef,
they
they
do.
beef.
I'm
dog.
asking
They
Sumi.
do.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like,
I feel
are you
like
able? Are
I
women
can't think of
able
a
to-
specific
Are
example.
women able to work with one another if they despise that other
person,
person?
yeah.
Despise
I
is
think
a good
yeah, it
word,
brings.
too.
I would argue that it brings girls together a lot of times. Like when you have a mutual hate for somebody, or
No,
like
no,
you-
that's all I'm
No,
saying.
No,
I'm
no,
saying-
no. To carry out an objective.
And hold on. And this objective isn't told to be carried out. The teacher didn't tell them. They
Wait,
have to do it.
you have to be more.
What I'm asking.
we can't give a specific example.
Come on,
Not even
we've
an
all
ex-
seen John Tucker Must Die.
That's
Yeah.
not what I'm talking about, though.
They
Oh, no, that is what I'm talking about.
That's
You're right,
exactly
you're
what
right,
you're
you're right.
talking about. I
That
don't
is
even know what the fuck
1,000%.
I think because women
That was a
are
good job.
pretty
That was a good
goal
job,
oriented. So like it's one of those. If you have a common interest or a common motive,
Yeah.
it definitely like you do work well in. But you obviously we clash more in packs because we have we're so opinionated in our own sense.
So y'all more judgmental of women are more
Yeah.
judgmental
Yeah.
of each other versus men more judgmental of each other.
Because women do have a little bit more of the insecurities. So when I think insecurities brings out a judgment in you too.
I feel like we all do that though. Like if
Right,
my
but-
sexy ass walk in the room, of course they
God.
like
Yeah,
look at
Curtis
this
isn't wearing a
fucking
shirt
dude.
right now.
I never
What'd you
wear a
say?
fucking shirt.
Do you own a shirt?
No, I don't. Oh my
yeah,
God,
look
look at this
fuck that
fucking
dude.
dude. But I do that too. Like if I see a dude that walks in that's taller than me, more ripped than me.
You think guys say that about you?
I'm pretty sure it goes in a circle of life.
Probably.
But my whole
But
argument.
women do that shit too.
Yeah, yeah.
I
My
see it, but that's the difference.
heard of
I
women
see
do
it
it.
on women's faces more versus a
Well,
male.
we're more expressive. We're more expressive. We
Sure.
wear our feelings on our sleeves more
Yeah.
than you guys.
But is
do.
that like that's why I'm arguing because I
That
don't like
sucks.
generalizing. Period. So is that a
I
person
do.
by person? I hate generalizing.
everything?
I never
Okay,
like that.
everything
person
is a
thing.
person by
Yeah.
person. But just like you said,
Okay.
women gossip more. That's a fact. Like okay,
grouping-
Well, no,
women-
they
We're grouping
studied
today.
they studied
generalizing.
teenagers and
Right, but what I'm saying,
that's how they-
almost anything is measurable, so you could easily gauge a woman's reaction versus
the
a
reason I
man.
don't like lumping people into groups is because you can lump all black people into a group when they're multifaceted. I don't
I almost
like
think you
lumping all
should
women.
test
people
like
too, though.
heart rate, like put a man and woman in the same scenario. So somebody that you might be envious of walks in, whose heart rate,
Check the heart
goes
rate,
up,
yeah.
a woman or man's, and obviously,
Wait a
it's
minute,
dependent.
what?
Like, when you like detect someone's heart rate based on like their reaction.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you had the same scenario for a man and a woman.
Yeah.
And you did, but then there's like the outlier. Well,
Ah.
she could just naturally be a more calm person than him.
Yeah,
He could.
His
so-
shit could
killer
have
or
actually
something.
happened
Yeah,
yesterday.
I mean,
there's a lot of
yeah.
factors that are into it.
Like if I am generalizing, yeah, more often than not, women do ask more. Like if a girl walks in, they'll be like, "Who the fuck is that?"
like,
You know what I'm
here's an
saying?
example.
there's-
Like girls,
I
like
don't think they do. I think they just kind of like sit back.
They
That's
observe.
what
They
that's what I'm
observe.
saying. I like seeing them do it by themselves.
that's a good word.
What
They're
do you
more
mean?
Like,
observant.
we are
observe.
really
When they're
observant.
with girls, of course, you will see them like do the like. They'll like. Men don't do it, but they'll do that thing where they'll like look like they'll like skewer her with their eyes.
Yep.
Like, oh, her
When she's
shoes,
with her
her
girlfriend.
pants,
When she's with her
boom,
girlfriend.
boom, 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 boom. If it's just one girl and then two girls on this couch, those two girls gonna scour her.
Yeah.
But you watch for like, okay, here's a good example.
Dudes don't do that.
But here's a good example. You bring a girl into the group.
yeah.
The girls are all thinking, okay, obviously, like,
Who's
let's
she
see
trying
how.
to fuck?
But if she's just gonna stick around with the guys, okay. But if she's just gonna stick around with the guys, and she's not gonna care about
But
the other
what if
girls
y'all
in the
not
room.
showing her enough love?
I will argue not every group of girls are closed off. They try to at least be like, okay, we're going to be open, like welcoming, but you can easily ruin that impression too.
I
That's
think
true.
girls got more obstacles for girls to join in the gang versus guys.
I mean,
Oh,
girls
yeah.
are always
Easy.
like,
Way-
okay,
way
when I
harder.
first,
Niggas just be like, JR,
guys
like,
don't even-
JR, bro.
Well,
I'm
'cause
about to
my
let you
fear-
talk about it.
my
Girls like-
fear isn't
yeah.
like if I'm coming to meet my boyfriend's friends for the first time, I'm more cautious about the girls than I am about I don't really care what the guys think.
That's rude.
That's like, I don't. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
here to
well, I
sleep
don't
with
care
you.
what you guys
but I'm not
think.
here to sleep with you. And if you want to be friends with me, you can. But like, I'm more concerned because the girls of the group are going to be more worried
We're
about.
gonna hang out
How
with
you
boys.
know they
She-
not carpet eaters?
I'm okay with
They
that.
don't. She has a boyfriend.
I feel like
What does that
She
mean?
comes into the
Dress
group.
my-
That's crazy,
yeah,
though.
you know,
Oh, the
accept
girls
that.
aren't carpet eating.
But you know the difference too is, but you know the difference is if that guy asked his friends, asked the guys, "What'd you think of her? She's nice, she's cute, she was nice." But you asked the girls, "What did you think of her?" Well, there was something she did that was like kind of standoffish or off-putting. Like they'll go into detail.
But
Most
that's
guys
what I-
just don't
They
care.
would.
Like it's really hard to piss guys off the jump.
Now that
Right.
you say that,
As long
though,
as you're just being a regular
Kurt-
person.
But
most
that's why
guys
I don't care as
now
much
that you
about
say
what
that, though,
guys
Kurt, I
think.
think we need to get a lesbian in the group.
We do need to get on that, son.
We need to get a
Goddamn.
lesbian in the group.
Do I not
Find
have
one.
any
We
personal?
need a lesbian.
I
Find
do.
one.
Somebody
I
I
know a
work with.
couple.
You do?
Not a butch though.
What do you mean?
Like
I don't want a fucking butch.
Oh, you said not a butch or
Yeah,
a butch?
not a butch.
So you want a
What if it's like
feminine?
I want a
You want a
girl
feminine
who likes
lesbian.
girls.
Okay. Well, you know.
I mean, get a
whatever.
couple beers in.
What
me
is the
and,
point
you
of
know.
girls liking a girl wants to be a dude?
I've actually thought about that.
That's, I think we
I've
should have that
actually-
conversation. We should have someone on here.
Yeah, but you,
Just
yeah,
I want
you're
a
asking the wrong
soft
person.
nigga.
We
How
don't.
do
I don't know any
girls
lesbians.
like?
Get a light
fuck?
skinned nigga.
How do girls fuck? How do girls fuck? Like lesbians? How do-
Scissors, nigga.
Strap on?
Dildos.
They don't.
Strap on.
I'm sure they don't
Finger.
scissor like that.
Yeah,
Strap
I don't think
on.
they
Scissors.
scissor.
They
Do
do
they
scissor.
really?
I don't think
I
they
always
scissor.
thought that was just like
No,
some.
I don't think they
Bro,
do.
it's
But
clit to
a lot-
clit.
Nah, the girls.
Assuming talk to these people.
Bro,
They
no,
do.
they got the dildos that got the things
The
for the
strap
women.
on.
It don't
I
matter,
know,
bro. It
but
don't
what I'm-
matter.
For both
It don't
sides.
matter.
Dildos for her, and then
Skin
they
to
got the
skin
thing
feels
inside. I've seen
better.
these
Exactly,
dildos.
because women are
Skin to skin
more
feels
about the
better.
intimacy of it. So that's why like scissoring.
So
is-
they
really-
just
I
like
feel
rub
like it's
clits
just
on each other,
women
like back and
just-
forth.
but that's just you. You're not a lesbian or
women
a
just-
girl.
But
Like they
women
motorboat each
just
other,
want.
like-
They get tired of dudes not knowing how to talk or what to talk or how to find themselves. And girls already know how to do that, so they just want a girl
Who knows
who
her body?
knows that, but wears Timberlands.
I always found that to be funny.
Maybe.
Why they gotta wear Timberlands?
Yeah, that's just
Why
a
can't
nigga
they wear
shit. That's like the ultimate
or
god nigga
Reebok
shit,
Classics?
nigga shit.
Either that or Reebok Classics.
Yeah, that too.
I haven't seen
And
a
they
pair of
all wear
Reebok
hats.
Classics in so long.
That's what I'm saying.
When was the
Pause.
last time you wore a pair of Reebok Classics?
I was about to.
I don't
cop some.
fucking wear Reeboks.
Why
Reeboks
not?
is trash.
I don't even-
Adidas
I think
is
the only
trash.
time-
Hold on.
I think the only time
Hold
I
your
ever
mouth.
wore.
I don't like Adidas,
Not even
bro.
your tongue. Hold the whole mouth.
Adidas sucks,
The
bro.
only time I ever wore Reeboks was when I had the AIs, like in 4th grade.
Those are fire.
Yeah,
I
those
like
are
that.
fire.
I was like,
The
yeah.
only time I wore
I might get
Shaqs
those.
was when I went to Johnson Park Middle School.
I think the only reason
Where is
only
that?
I'm living still. I'm living still. Bro,
Well, that's why we don't know where it's at.
Oh yeah, it is Westerville. Yeah, true that. But I had some shit. Y'all remember ponies?
Yeah.
What was y'all
Yeah.
most embarrassing kid shoe?
Dadas.
That was
Shaq's.
fire. What the fuck are you
Shaq's.
talking
What were
about?
I mean,
Ponies.
depending
I think
on
I
like
had-
how late you wore 'em.
Shaq's. Yeah. It depended on what time you wore them.
You know what? Here's the
If you're in
thing.
high school where Dada's were so
Yeah, no. At the time, I thought Fila's.
No,
which
you're
I-
crazy.
No. I mean, as a
fucking
fifth grader and everyone's wearing Nikes.
Nah, I was rocking that shit in middle school. I was rocking
Yeah.
Fila's
Fila's
and
in middle
Blended,
school.
bro.
now Fila's look kind of dope.
I do like them.
Fila's
I like the
came
new
back.
ones.
Fila's died. Like,
Yeah, I know.
after 8th grade, they died again.
Came
and then
back.
Nas,
They got a
my
resurgence.
nigga, Nas brought him back for real. With the whole Ghostbusters shit.
All right, so me and Sumi are gonna take off.
Wait, what was that?
no,
What was
where
that?
you guys going?
AI.
Oh, check out this article. by the way.
Okay, hold
They
on.
having a
Fuck you
date
all.
night.
Before,
And they didn't invite
it's
us.
not even a date night. Happy birthday, Trey.
Oh yeah.
They're going to his birthday. So, all right. So, scientists at MIT create a psychopath
Take
AI
Sumi's.
by feeding it graphic images. So, just can you stay for like 2 minutes and explain this a little bit before
So you
finally
know,
got the woman off?
so
Let's get to some real shit.
Now let's get into some real shit.
Some fuck shit.
you know how AIs work, right? Or you don't?
Yeah.
So it's just
We'll
like
explain
it's
for
a
the listeners.
collective. Think about it as like a database full of ideas that you feed something until like it comes to a certain point where it sees something and it's just like, oh, I can relate this with that.
Okay.
So if you feed an AI a bunch of like fucked up shit, that's how it relates to the world.
Oh. It's like raising a kid to be a psychopath.
Yeah. So
You just
that's initially what they did
giving
here.
it
A lot
So
of trauma.
Driss is
Yeah.
gonna bounce soon, but like, how do you guys feel about AI? Are you excited about it,
No.
or are you worried?
I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
I kind of take a worry.
I take worry.
I used to
I'm
be
a little
worried.
worried though.
We're
I think-
already AI. What the fuck?
I'm worried when I see shit like this.
Yeah.
How have y'all ever went a day without? When is the last time y'all went one without it breaking, without you having to turn it in one full day without your phone?
I'm not saying
Voluntarily.
Never. I'm not saying never.
Oh, voluntarily?
Since I've had a phone, never.
Never. All right. I'm not saying AI is not good for us. I'm saying it's getting scary. That's where the worries come
Yeah,
from.
when Google has
How
to
far
shut,
are you guys
when,
doing this
When
shit?
Google has to shut down a robot,
It's not a far
Yeah,
thing.
you gotta
But it's
shut
not
down-
a far thing. They could have when the fucking the brick
Beepers?
phone
Yeah,
came
when the
out.
beepers
They was
are out.
like, "Listen, these phones are getting smaller. When were they gonna stop?" I'm pretty sure y'all glad it didn't stop, bro.
I mean,
No,
there's so many things with AIs as well. Like, did you ever see that AI on Twitter that they had?
No,
And they let
I'm not on Twitter.
Okay,
Thank
well,
God.
it was like a couple years back. So they put an AI on Twitter. Just like it was like a tweet bot,
Oh, okay.
and it immediately just started tweeting racist shit
Without anybody telling
without
it.
anybody saying shit.
And you know what's scary
You want
about
that?
it is because
already
these
happens.
robots are exponentially smarter than us. So like, what they're gonna come to the conclusion that, hey, what the fuck
I
do
think
they
they
have?
just have better memory.
Well, no, I
No,
think
'cause they
they're-
don't have morals.
No, they don't have morals. That's
Nope.
the thing.
That's
And
it.
they'll be like these humans are inefficient. They fight over tribal
trivial,
things.
trivial.
So is
fucking
that
facts.
smart or is that just?
It's not that it's smart.
It's just no. Well, it's efficient. It's like they're inefficient
they're
compared
efficient.
to us.
They're
Yeah,
so
machine
why do we keep them
Oh, yeah,
around?
efficient.
Let's end their lives.
But that's
what
like
I'm
that's
afraid
what
what's
they
gonna
get
do.
completely independent. At this
Oh, well,
early
let's break
stage,
all these computers in this house.
No. We still got our phones though. We need
at this
that.
early stage of AI development, though, like I don't.
No, I don't think it's happening in our lifetime, but I think it could be a
That's the thing.
possibility where, say, 300,
I think
300
we get
years
kinda
down the
close.
200, 300
Bro,
years
I'll
out.
give it 100.
What is it, Dharma? That shit's pretty
Actually, I'll
fucking.
give it 50 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Bro,
the
we
shit's-
already got robot
Shit, we're at
dogs who
70.
can open up doors and shit.
Did you
It's
see the
already
mo-
here.
Did you see the motherfuckers walking?
Yeah.
Did you see the
They're gonna
sex?
put a gun to that, and it's what's war?
You see the
what's
sex
war?
bots,
Yeah, I seen the sex.
bro?
bots.
They could cook and clean for you.
Ooh,
That's great.
So,
Sign me
yo,
up.
that's also a bad thing though, because
Shit.
you're gonna get these sex bots.
No, that's a
There's
good
gonna be
thing.
people who don't have the motivation to even talk to like
That's a good
people,
thing.
women.
That's cool. I mean, that's Instagram
Population
did
com-
that.
that's
That
population
is, yeah,
control.
Instagram
MySpace
did that.
fucked that up.
Yeah. Times that by 15 though. 100.
That
That's
is
fine.
Population control.
More
not gonna-
bitches for me.
Good. Good.
women.
Niggas don't have to leave their house. They have Amazon ordering their food, everything they need in their house.
Yeah,
they have a
everything is
sex
made
box
for to
fucking.
make you
But-
lazier.
all right,
do they
y'all. I'm
need?
about to.
But that fucks
sorry.
up the social dichotomy with human beings though. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When you're just say you get
These
like
motherfuckers
say
are
you get
retarded.
this 15-year-old kid who's like, I'm just gonna order. Well, maybe not 15. Let's make it 19. They're out of their parents' house and they're like, yo, I'm gonna order this sex bot, and I don't have to have any emotional connection with her. I can just fuck it. Like, doesn't that have the social order things? Like, they should be out there actively trying to
I
form.
mean, but you can say that now, Alpha. These motherfuckers don't want to do shit now, bro.
Because what I'm on right now.
Exactly.
What you mean?
And that's what.
I'm saying just with a sex bot. Like that dude may not try to go out.
So
and
you're
talk
talking about specifically with a sex bot.
I'm saying, that's.
Yeah.
I'm
this
talking
is
about technology. Period. That's
but
already
all right,
done.
well,
that.
let's talk about technology. Period. It has done it.
Fuck this up.
When you look at 13-year-old kids now compared to when we were 13, we at least went outside because we didn't have. A few people had cell phones, but you couldn't do much on it other than call and text.
Yeah.
So you still had to go outside and talk to people.
Oh yeah.
So, but now it's to the point where it's like, oh, these kids just stay on the internet all day long, and I don't get outside. It's summertime.
Yeah.
What do these kids do?
But they're not raised on that. That's
trash. They should
But
go
that's
outside,
this young generation, bro. I guess we did it too because it's like now when I look at just and this is I guess this is fresh off the brain because I just came from the mall. So now when I see kids, I see the pattern oh, you're dressing like this person. You look up to this person.
Yeah.
And I know we did it.
Yeah, that's human nature. Like you don't.
Yeah,
but it's kind of
what
going. Yeah.
This is why I was pushing back with what Sue, or actually I think it was all y'all were saying when people were like, yeah, girls are smarter. I'm like, they matured.
I never said they're smarter, not at all.
Well, no, not smarter. That's a mature, better, faster. Is that what we were saying? Yeah. Okay. Well, so physically, I agreed. Emotionally, sure. I think that's more so depends on the individual.
But percentage wise,
but women are way better. Yeah,
emotional.
No, they're in better tune with their emotions. That's true. That's not arguable in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this, like for me, you have to judge people based off of the individual for that reason. When it comes to like clothing trends and shit, both men and women do that.
Yeah.
When it comes to like you going out there, say you at the mall and your friends are doing some dumb shit, whether it's a guy, now dudes do it in a way where it's way more destructive than women.
And I think we do it more out of a wolf pack mentality. Like girls don't. Oh wait, maybe I don't know. So say if like, all right,
because I'm gonna be
three
honest.
girls are getting into some bullshit. They trying to bait the one girl who doesn't. They're trying to bait her.
That's how I've seen that.
Okay.
Shoplifting.
I mean, but no. I'm saying who's doing it? Like who's more prominent to do? Is it the male or the female? Who does it more?
Guys is more destructive.
Yeah, because I'm more destructive.
Are we more liable to fall into it?
Hold on. It depends on the thing. So if it's shoplifting, girls are gonna do that a lot more. Like they're at a department store and they're like, "Yo, let's steal these clothes."
See, you know what? I think I'm kind of on opposite because I think guys just want to rebel.
Yeah,
No.
I think when it comes to dangerous things, like
Breaking things.
Hey, like let's go drifting in a car.
Let's
like
go
we did that in high school. That shit was fun as fuck.
Let's go.
But that's just
like,
because
cliff diving.
No. See, we're surrounding it by materials. Y'all going from clothes to mechanics. Of course, males are going to be.
All right, how about cliff diving?
Bitches ain't trying to drift.
Women
ain't. Women ain't trying to cliff dive either. Let's do something like men and women.
Okay,
dude.
Dangerous. See, but that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard.
Yeah,
Drugs, but stealing.
Drug usage.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
But
that.
even then,
every kid's doing drugs.
Even then, I still think that
Guys
men
do
do it a
more.
little bit more. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't know the numbers on that, but
I think guys.
I think
do it
guys
more.
like drink more, and actually, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it just depends. Like women have wine nights once
I think
a week.
guys do it in a group more because
think we get
because of
fucked
the
up.
other
Yeah.
guy. I
They
think the
don't
other
get
guy
fucked
roots
up.
the other guy on. Like, I want to see you go crazy too. Let's do crazy shit together, rather than girls are like, let's do this. I'm gonna do this for me right now because I need this. But if you like it too, so
you
let's
should.
do it.
Yeah, you should join.
I'm doing it just
versus us doing. See, that's why I said it's more of a wolf pack
This
mentality
turned into like
for
another
us.
guy code part 2.
kind of.
Well, this isn't even code. I think it's just the comparison between.
That's why I said I think it's guy. I think guys do it more.
Dangerous activity. Guys definitely do more.
Way more.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what women do.
Well, then it doesn't have that something to do with like the mothering aspect too, kind of nurturing aspect. I mean, for women, like
that's off the rip.
because we're reckless because
That's off the rip.
we don't
All right,
have.
but think about that's a good example. Say like having a baby.
Well, if you look at little
We're
boys,
more like fuck that shit. We're not doing that. We're not ready.
So
Yeah.
do you
Versus
think girls
girls,
don't wild
more-
out because they know they're gonna be a mother here soon? Not even soon. It could be fucking 20
well, it's not
years.
even knowing. It's more of an intuitive thing.
Intuitive thing, right?
But like if you put a doll in front of a little girl, have you ever noticed how they
Yeah.
like nurture the doll and they're playful? Like boys are like they take the 2 little trucks and they ram it together as like 3-year-olds. Like
I've never
that's
seen
built
it.
in.
I want to see it like time lapsed from
From little to big.
Baby.
There was a movie like that. They actually made a movie, The Lost Boys, something like that, where the kid was like a baby, and they made a whole movie up to like 14 years to make the movie.
I felt like I seen something like that.
That'd be dope as a movie to have a girl and a boy.
I would like to see like a boy not be like
The Truman Show.
I would like to see a boy like not go through a girl's life, like a baby. Yeah, but not raised like a girl. Say you give him a dress. Say you give him some dolls. I want to see if he would still like a girl,
and then give girls like just
I don't
cars.
Know. That's a great question. Because kids are kids.
Not egging them. Not like having a gay parents or regular
just
straight
leaving it in the
parents,
corner. Just leaving it in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, there's a truck and there's a doll.
Remember
and a dress.
earlier when I said this is why you judge people based off of their individuality? Because if you group them all together, you say boys,
people, bro.
Yeah, well, I understand, but if that one specific boy might just be into playing with dolls.
Yeah, true that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's not indicative
True
of the whole of the general population of boys.
Yeah,
but like he may be like, no, I like playing with dolls more than trucks.
What's the girliest shit that y'all did?
What's the girl? All right.
When y'all was little.
My sisters put me in a hijab.
No. Check this out.
I did.
Okay, yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm sure there's something that I did. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Well, yeah, I can't like. All right, you ever see those little funny shits where like the little boy be in his mom's heels?
Yeah,
but it's not. See, we're looking at it as like, hey man, hold the fuck up. But to them, it's just like,
I want.
I'm wearing your shoes.
No,
yeah.
I did
What's
that.
the girliest thing? Like, all right,
sure.
I'm gonna say like I think the girliest shit I did. I didn't do it frequently, but I'll be like, hey, I could kill some double dutch with these bitches.
Oh,
I would do it.
That is not girly, bro. Because double dutch was a thing back in New York too.
Yeah, you can
niggas out there on the streets. You gotta know how to double dutch. You see those ropes going. Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Bro, my sisters put me in hijab, put me on some heels, and I had to strut. I strutted like American Next Top Model for that. And my dad saw. My dad saw.
If
and
I see
almost
this nigga
snuffed
in
my
a
ass.
hijab, I would cry,
Oh
bro.
man, it was almost over. My mom almost cried. My sisters were having a great old time. What do we have to click?
Yeah,
I'll stop.
that shit would be funny as shit. But yeah, I used to kill some like little double dutch shit back in the day.
Yeah.
I still did man shit.
But like, see, I do.
I'm still a real nigga.
I do man shit now, but I watch Grey's Anatomy.
Is that
I
like a
watched
soft show?
Grey's
I think the
Anatomy, like,
girls-
first-
Is that a
yeah,
soft show?
That's
It's
a
very
soft.
soft.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think for me the softest thing is just watching TV with my sisters.
How's that soft?
I just watch everything they watch.
Oh, okay. So you watched like The Bachelor?
I did.
Yeah.
But Gilmore Girls, I've seen every episode.
God damn, I hated Gilmore.
Telling you,
Girls.
man.
I
I
probably
was-
watched like 2
What is the
episodes.
girliest show I've watched? I don't know. How I Met Your Mother.
watched
I think
some
The
girls.
Bachelor might
I
be.
don't even think it's a girly show, but that just might be the girliest.
The girliest
Which
show.
one?
How I
You
Met
know
Your
what's the
Mother.
girliest,
Nah.
manliest show?
What's up?
Bad Girls Club.
Bad Girls.
I've
is-
seen episodes.
I fuck
I've
with
seen
that.
episodes of the Bad
We're
Girls
only,
Club.
bro. It's so girly that it's only girls, but we're only watching it because they turn
Naked,
freaks.
and they're naked.
And
They
they're
would
naked half the
fight,
time, yeah.
Bruh,
And their titties
no
would fall
lie,
out.
I would watch seasons. Like this wasn't like I'll call the episode here.
Yeah.
No, nigga, when Bad Girls Go to Club
Yeah,
up,
when-
I'm watching season 13,
Yeah.
nigga.
Is it? Do they
Because
still
you
play
were
that
horny
show?
though. That's the thing. You were
Yeah,
horny.
that was it.
Do they
Yeah,
still
that
play
was
that
it.
show?
Oh,
Is it
Nah,
still
I
on the
think
air?
Maybe.
They would have to be on season 30.
Yo, I think the girliest show a nigga could watch is The Bachelor, and not The Bachelor.
Yeah, I think-
no, The Bachelorette. When it's just the girl and all guys.
Oh yeah,
That is the.
I think that's the top.
That's
you,
it.
Yeah, you canned it.
Yo,
Hey,
real
guess what? I
shit.
seen
I
it.
wouldn't even.
You can't.
I wouldn't even. Like, I mean, I know it airs on ABC. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of any of them.
I think
watch
I've
it with
seen
my
like
ex.
some Bachelor shit.
Yeah.
Well, we have all seen
Well, I
like
watch-
Favorite Flav and
Yeah, I've seen
Ray
shows
J.
of that.
Those
Bachelors.
are our
Yeah.
Bachelors.
Yeah, I've seen shows of that ilk. I'm saying I haven't watched The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
haven't
into
had a
that.
girlfriend
Like,
in a minute.
Sure.
yeah.
They control shit, man. You watching that?
So you're watching.
And this is-
You're pretty much gonna watch.
But it's
And
not
this
like
is-
watching. I'm sitting there.
This is the thing.
Yeah, wow.
This is the thing when it comes to. I'm getting about to get back more into psychology. You, when men don't care about nothing a lot,
Mm-hmm.
it's a sign that there isn't estrogen around him. You feel me? Like that's what women do. Like when you chill around girls, bro.
Oh yeah, they saw.
We were talking about this.
Yeah, when you chill around girls, like you naturally just absorb empathy from them. Like, so that's the reason, like when you're young, of course you don't give a fuck how she feel. Of course you don't give a fuck about this. Of course you don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah. I think that's just kind of sociopathic not to give a fuck about anything though. Like when people are like, yo, I don't give a fuck about that's weird.
But there's levels. There's levels. There's not just like not anything. You can not give a fuck about just an opinion that you don't like.
What's the biggest thing you give a fuck about? That's a good question for you. Because I don't know what the fuck you
biggest thing I give a fuck about.
Yeah.
That's a great question for me too. I've never been asked that.
How about you?
Like, what do you mean give a fuck as in like
fuck, not family. We won't say family or love or anything like that.
Oh,
But we'll
well, I
say,
mean, like,
what do you?
What do I
see,
give
this
a fuck
isn't
about?
it's not important thing.
I know where you're going.
I'm just going with this because
I was about to say personal thought from me and others, but I feel like it's more than that.
What do you mean personal? How people
Perceive themselves
self-perception
through my eyes and through their own.
I don't think I've really delved that deep. I mean, like the things I care about aren't really important things though. Like I love baseball and basketball. Like just the
so
sport
would you
of it.
say you just like that the guy who just like the sports?
Yeah, but I'm interested in a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's
You
just-
are,
yeah,
like,
but I
yeah.
just don't know if I can necessarily say I care
about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm interested in like hearing people's political takes.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be asking people like that, but I'm
interested.
interested in that. But I don't know if I could say I care. Like
I think you do, in that realm. I feel like there's a difference between caring and being interested in pursuing.
yeah, see, I think that's a good distinction right there because there's a lot of things I'm interested in. Just like because I
But
just like really
pursuing
good.
is different.
Like if someone's having a great conversation about bow hunting,
I'm interested.
I'll be like, wow, they
You're
know a lot
interesting,
about.
but you're pursuing about it. If you're pursuing
Yeah,
it.
that
If
means you
you carry
care.
on a
Yeah, if you
conversation,
care about
so
it.
that means
Yeah.
you care about it.
Huh.
But
Yeah.
you know,
If you're
okay,
interested- like, all right, I'm interested in fishing.
Yeah.
but I don't really care to pursue
If you keep talking
it
about
and-
if you keep talking about fishing, I'm just like, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
you
yeah.
caught a double big bass of batch.
Yeah,
But I'm not
you
asking
don't
about
care.
it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, that's why. Well, reason I brought up bow hunting, I don't give a fuck about bow hunting. But if it's a really good conversation,
Oh, speaking of bow hunting and fishing together, there was a video of this nigga like think of the Hoover Dam, with a bow and a string and just shoots it,
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
catches a fish, pulls it up from like the dam. I was like, that is
just
fire.
fire.
yeah. Oh, I mean, that's a phenomenal. What do I'm going to sit
Care
down and,
about?
like,
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do I
I
really
was thinking about that
care
right
about?
now.
I feel like
So
I do
when
that
you
shit
when
all
you
the
just
time.
when you just say excluding your family or your friends or whatever, just like.
Exclude the big things like I care
Yeah.
about.
But I'm
God,
like, see, that's
religion.
why I think I'm just interested in a lot of fucking things.
That's
but
why
I don't know if outside of that I care.
I care about self improvement,
but
I think.
Sure,
I don't
but
think
I regress every other. I improve.
No,
and then I
not
regress,
even like self improvement just to get myself, but like, how did you make yourself great? Ooh, how do you improve yourself? Ooh, I should try and.
Oh yeah,
tell me about
I feel
yourself.
like that,
people.
I feel like
Yeah.
that only comes from meditation.
Yeah.
And meditation, not saying like cross your feet and sit in the middle of a fucking sand and hum and shit. Meditation comes from being by yourself, but doing things that you don't want to do. When you do things that you don't want to do by yourself, like you build a sense of
Self awareness.
self-awareness, self-worth. What I feel like in that moment, that's where you find out what you care about. Like
Yeah.
when you're by yourself and doing shit that you don't want to do, that's when you find out what you care about. Because when you don't know what you care about, that's because you're surrounded by so much shit that's blocking like your antenna.
So hold on, let me do my
fault.
because this is perfect. I would say because I pray every day. I try to pray every day.
Oh, so that's something that you
which
care.
is I care. I mean, that's
Okay,
religion
yeah.
though.
And on
you know?
top of that-
that's
religion.
wow. All right, yeah, go ahead. Finish your point because I'm going to.
And on top of that, in just Bashir's case, I mean, I'm gonna hold you to it. You're not going all the way 1,000% with what you're doing, even though you're
I'm
doing.
not, but I know that.
I love you, but that's a form of meditation. What you're doing when you're not doing the food and the water.
That's
for a
what I'm
day,
telling you. That's
you're
what
doing
let me
something
come in.
that's
Fasting?
hard by yourself. Like nobody feeds you but you.
Fasting.
Nobody drinks your water. But
Nobody
you.
loses. Nobody wins, but you.
But you.
That's why.
So that's how you find out what you
Dude,
care
I was
about.
driving. I was power washing the house, and I was
Hungry
sitting
as
there,
shit.
hungry, hot, sweating, and I do this. I work out too. I try to work out when I'm not fasting too.
Yeah.
And you hit this spot. I don't know what it is. I call it the sweet spot, but you hit it.
It
and
seems rather sexual.
It's take it how you take it. But I was power washing in the house, and I looked myself in the mirror, and I was like, damn. because my sister was eating something, and I was like, that looked good. Girls don't have to fast when they're on their periods.
Yeah,
they don't.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, they don't? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that month is always every
They got to
woman
make
has,
it up.
They
the
make it
other
a week a
days,
week,
though.
yeah. But that's like a week that they don't have to.
Yeah.
So I see women are all around just eating.
So you know when your
whatever.
sister's period is now.
Ew. I just thought
I've known. Oh, let me jump into that real quick. This is the weirdest shit. I work with almost predominantly women. I lived with all my life just women. This cycle shit.
Oh yeah, they
so real,
So
and it
it's-
sinks.
okay.
yeah, they all definitely.
See, well, yeah, I had a sister and a mom.
They
I
sink.
could like tell after a while. Not so much with my sister, but my mom definitely. I could tell when she was just aggravated. I was like, why is she
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
aggravated
But
around
they-
this
yeah.
time?
But that's the real thing. Like when we was learning, we learned that when I was doing my second year in Columbus State, when I took my psychology classes, that like people think pheromones are like, oh, you're giving off pheromones. Like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like sweat and shit. That's a real thing.
People
Like,
are attracted to that. People
Yeah.
are hate it.
Yeah, but it's a
specific
real
person.
cycle. Like that smell clicks this on, clicks that on. So like when women's menstrual cycles happen, all that shit, it syncs up with the other woman's. And sure enough, they start getting 1 day apart, 2 days apart, 3 days apart.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they right on the
They're
same
right, like,
schedule.
yo, today.
Yeah.
Listen, no, go back to
Today,
the
Well, I wanted to-
go back to the
I wanted to-
meditation thing real quick.
yeah,
When I learned it is when I broke my fast, when I shouldn't have. So you're supposed to, some sun up to sun down, no
glad you
drinking,
fucking
no
said
eating,
that,
no
bro.
nothing.
I'm so glad you
It
said
was
that.
it was coming here one day. I was coming here
so glad you
stressed
said that.
out. I had like I had a panic attack, an anxiety attack that day, and I was in the midst of it in the morning, like 11 o'clock in the morning. It was like a Saturday. I smoked. I went to see my pops and I smoked. Right out, this is great. Like I got done and said, "What's up?" Then whatever, left, smoked. That was it. So this fast is over now.
But then
But you feel like shit.
But that's what you know what's the best thing about that? It happens immediately.
immediately.
yeah.
And I'm not
you
talking
feel bad.
before I even I lit the lighter and I felt like shit already.
I love
But
it.
then it was like, I was driving and I was like, well, this is why I love Cuddy's song. Can I throw this? I'm going to throw this in here because I really, really love this song because I went
Well,
through
while
some.
you find that, I do want to talk
Go
about
ahead.
the religion aspect and how that's something that you actually care about. That's, I think, the reason why I'm trying not to shit on religion as much. I'm still going to take a dump on it, but like, I really it fascinates me how people can care about this thing that you can't really prove is. But it's not even on the God tip. I think it's more so like the discipline that these people
But
have.
that's what I was just
And
about to say.
It's
I don't
so
think that
crazy to me.
I don't think
I think understanding that.
of course
is like
there's
me.
that star at the peak of that tree, that's the God or whatever you want to call it. Allah, boom, boom, boom. But it's that tree under, it's that a tree is
yeah.
perfect. That's
the
what they
roots.
in love. As humans, bro, we love structure.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
hate chaos. But we will find ourselves in chaos if we go against structure. And then next thing you know, our lives are in shambles and we like, damn, we need to get our shit back together.
Well, and that's what it's always been like. If you ever seen people who are like, who are drug addicts or whatever, they turn to religion, and I think it's that structure aspect.
that keeps them straight.
Yeah, that's always been fascinating to me. I mean, I still don't agree with any of it, but sure.
But
Like
then
I
I
see
always talk.
why people get how people get there and why they subscribe to it.
I always state by this where your reality is yours and mine is mine. Like what you're seeing through your eyes right now could be completely different to what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
anecdotal.
yeah. Okay. Big words. I like this.
No, it's the same thing.
Okay. That's
Was
why I
what
like
you
it.
said. My
Anecdotal.
fault. Yeah.
We'll write that down.
Yeah, look it up.
Like, cause it's
Google it.
anecdotal.
Yeah.
So when
It's
you're saying like
specific
this,
to you.
this structure, even your structure, what you see as structure,
yeah.
I see it completely too. But we
Yeah.
do see the same thing. What?
But I feel like that's where the discipline aspect kicks in. You're interested in, not you specifically, people are interested in structure, but they don't want to pursue it. That's the reason why
No,
you'll
you know what
see
it is?
them
It's not
go
that.
down
It's not that.
tunnels that
It's-
fucks them up.
It's that, but it's
Or
not
don't-
that they're not
it's-
interested
you know
in
what?
structure.
Sometimes
They
it
like
don't even
that.
fuck them up. Sometimes it just keeps them where they're at.
No, they like to see because I'm a nigga that was like chilling, had a front seat show at Chaos,
Yeah.
and I see other people with structure. It's not that it's they like what structure can bring. They see other people's lives and they're
Yeah.
like they're disciplined at this, they're disciplined in that, the discipline of this, and their life is looking like it's a great.
Yeah.
My shit is crazy. That's what they love about this structure shit. This is what they love about this. But you can't do that. You can't just do it off the jump.
What do you know what I was about to say? What do you think they feel? But I feel like we all go through that because I'll look at people who got more disciplined than me or more structured than me, and I'll be like, damn, why don't I have that? When I know for a fact that people look at me and say the same thing, not on no braggadocious shit, but because they've told me. And I'm like,
what are you seeing?
You don't see what this nigga doing?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's a
Pass
constant,
it off to someone else.
Yeah, like, it's a constant
And it just
train.
depends. I think it just depends on what it is. Because there's some people who are structured in one aspect of their lives, but completely like I know
Chaos
people.
in the
I know
other.
people who are really
Yeah.
fucking smart, but then they just do dumb shit.
That's like that. It's like the whole
I
street
mean,
smarts kind of thing too.
That's why.
Sure.
That's why I think the scale over tips because if you're too. That's why I feel like you got to have a balance between.
Say book smart, street smart.
Yeah, that's what I was
that
like.
And like, it go literally. That's the yin. It's the yin and yang in life. Like book smart, street smart. That's one. Or like being by yourself and being with your friends. You got to learn both.
You have
Some
to.
people only know being with their friends,
Dog.
and then they spider out when they by themselves. Some people only know by themselves, and they
And they
can't
can't.
interact with
Dog,
others.
Dog.
Yeah, I
Yo,
do. I know a lot of people.
I know what it is to be around friends. I did not know what it is to be by myself.
It's a scary thing. That's why when Alpha, not to cut you off, please
Go ahead.
But when Alpha was saying he went to, you said you went out to eat by yourself,
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever did that.
Fire.
and that's why like. I would say, I started doing that like maybe 3 years ago, and when I've seen somebody do it, I was just like, "This, like, why are you by yourself?"
I looked at them like they were crazy.
Wild.
I was like, why are you by yourself?
I just asked Boots and Drake, like, yo, would you guys ever go out? Not even like eat by yourself. I'm just like, go out and about, go on short north by yourself.
Yeah.
And they're like, that sounds, Boots, word for word, verbatim. That's just crazy to me. Like, he just looked away and walked away. Like, get out of here.
But that's what's so funny, man. Like, bruh, something like that. I do that literally all the time. And
But
You got to include me in that. I want to go to the Wexner joint with you.
well, that defeats the whole
that's-
purpose.
Actually, you're right. I want to go by myself.
I was literally like, you just literally ignored everything.
100%. But that's a shitty thing because you would want to do it with somebody.
Yeah.
But you got to do it by yourself.
Drinking to me is a very
It's
social
thing,
communal
yeah.
type of thing.
That
But
ain't-
eating by myself, I was like, and I had a beer by myself too, but I was like, I was still out drinking. Well, it's funny because the bartender kept talking to me. I was like, I kind of wanted to just
Be by
get
myself.
Solo.
But so I ended up talking to somebody, but it was a really unique experience. And I'm like, I can see why people do this shit now.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. I want to see a movie by myself.
But I do that shit all the time. But that's, I didn't want,
It's on. Yeah.
Sorry. My arms are long. I'm clumsy.
I didn't want you to leave off that part. Far as the,
Oh, shit.
I want to go with you, but I can't. I have to do. But I don't believe in that. I think you can be by yourself with people.
Yes.
Who know
oh my God. All right, let's talk about
themselves,
this. Let me talk about this real quick. There's sometimes you need, if you're going to be with someone, you have to be by yourselves with them.
Yeah.
We're two places that I've
But that
seen
person
recently.
has to know that too. You can't.
That's what I'm saying. The person you're with needs to know this. If you're in a bookstore together,
Yeah.
You guys can't
fucking
be
example.
together.
That's a very perfect
and
example,
shopping.
bro. See, and that's how I feel about. I like the
Oh,
book
okay.
part.
Now I'm thinking.
I like
all right,
the
I was
book
trying to
part.
figure out what
and
it
I
Let me start with
and
shopping.
I like the fitness part.
Fitness too.
That's why those two things are the most to me.
So you go to the gym together, but you're still doing your own thing.
We're
Okay.
building
Yeah,
ourselves.
no,
We're
no,
not.
no.
We can look at each other. We can
Talk.
do that little thing where
You
it's
can
like,
hold- I'm not
hey,
holding your
yeah.
hand,
I think
though.
that's why a lot of people go to the
But-
gym by themselves because they're just like, God, I don't want to have to like spot this person the entire
that
time.
and it's just when you don't want to when you're by yourself, you know how easy it is to form a crutch. So
How's that? What do you mean? When you're by yourself or when
when you're by yourself, you know how easy it is for you to fall.
Okay.
So bringing on somebody else who's not good, you're basically setting yourself up
the fall.
to fall.
Mhm.
Because if you're like, all right, I go to the gym every day at 8:00. This person, he's wishy-washy.
Oh yeah.
Now that's gonna set up. Hey man, we going to the gym? Yeah, let's do it. Hey man, we going to the gym? Yeah, let's do it. Hey man, we going to the gym? Not today. And then that naturally makes you like, well,
Shit, I can do it. I'll wait for you next time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
Ruins your
saying.
shit.
That you'll set yourself up for a crutch.
That's why they have to be the one to initiate it.
But that and what Bashir said, y'all both have to be doing shit for. So that's why I'll be like, when people are like, oh man, I want to come and run with you. I'll be like, that's fine. Bring your own car. You feel me? Like, you're not coming with me.
Yeah,
because I might got something to work out for the day in my head that I need to be out there for 2 hours versus your hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be relying on you.
The whole car thing, I like that. But yeah, especially if you're trying to work with something. But the whole car thing alone is a thing for me too.
I like that.
Like, I want to go there specifically by myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anyone in my car and drive. All right.
It's not a selfish thing.
It's not even, but then it's like, I might want to do something by myself after, or I might just want to go, or I might want to.
You know what's
that's why I never fucking go. I always drive by myself.
You know what's crazy though? Not even because we have a pretty big friend group, and I like that because there's sometimes where it's like, oh, if I hit these people up, it's a big friend group, but there's still sectors within it.
We definitely got
so
sectors.
if I hit this group up, I'm like, oh, they're not going out. Actually, that happened. Well, now it wasn't. Well, yeah, last night, low key, because I hit up another sector. I actually just hit them up first because I saw my nigga Mike the night before. I drink a lot. God damn it.
That's okay. Keep going. My bad.
But yeah. Sorry, long story. I'm going on a little bit of a diatribe. I'll get back to you, Bashir. But yeah, but it was cool because I was able to hit up this specific group, and then I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I saw Driss and Sumi out. I didn't see them out, but I saw that they were out on IG or whatever. And I was like, oh, them niggas were out too. That's dope. And I'm like, I actually appreciate that because you don't have
they're
to
doing their own thing.
It's always wearisome to me when people are with the same people every single time.
That's
and
big.
people be like day ones. I'm like, no, you should meet new people.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually healthy.
People that
Fucking
are afraid of
weirdos.
meeting new people are weird.
Yeah, that's weirds me out.
That is.
I don't like
you
that
not
energy.
wanna-
I don't like that energy.
Why would you not want to meet new good people too? Be selective, but like,
I feel like
new
that's
people-
that's what helps. It shows you how to deal with shitheads, deal with good people.
But oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No. Keep going.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I don't
so
know where I
you-
was about to go after that.
Oh, okay. But that's why I was worried about some of these kids today because they're staying inside all day long. They're not going out there and trying to meet new people. That's going to be a habit that they're going to keep throughout their life. I mean, hopefully they break it.
There's different realms of meeting also to me. Like, I thought
that sparked something in here. No, that probably
real shit.
No,
I thought that was like I thought somebody was flashing. Sorry, it's thunderstorming.
But,
we're recording this on a Saturday afternoon. It's
there go the
thunderstorming.
thunder. But it goes back. That's what I was saying. Like, I used to. You only gonna meet people of a certain stature where you're in a certain place. Like, you're only going to meet bar people when you're in a bar. You're only going to meet fitness people when you're in a gym. You're only going to meet... That's why
I was thinking about this the other day,
good
bro.
To be multifaceted.
It wasn't even meeting like people because I'm a dude. I was like, yo, that girl is... I was on IG or something. This girl is eclectic. She's different. Obviously, she's not going to be as standard if I go there every fucking Saturday.
Can we stop shouting out bars?
Yeah.
Obviously, she's not gonna be at that bar downtown in Columbus that she is Saturday. I gotta go to the Wexner Arts Center.
Yeah, sure.
I gotta go, but you can't go out there looking. That's why I don't like when people go out to look shit.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, look for people.
That's what. But I'm glad you said that. That goes back to the same thing as like people fishing for. When you're fishing for others' opinions, when you're doing something, you're never really going to be whole. So like if
I got something to roll off. That. You go on this.
If you're going like you just said, if you're going to the Wexner Center to meet an artsy girl, you're not gonna find one, or your objective will fail, or it's not gonna go the way you want because you're not going there just for you, and then the rest will come. Once you do so many different things
for yourself,
you'll start noticing things will happen versus trying to force shit.
I had a self what's that shit when you learn something by yourself? There we go. I'll put this dictionary, my nigga.
But that's something I care. Words.
You care a lot about words, and I fuck with you for that.
Yeah, I like learning new words.
So I was watching the Kid Cudi listening party, right? And there's just a bunch of people he invited, LA people.
Yeah,
and I was literally watching it. I was watching to listen to music, obviously, but I was watching the people because I was interested.
Yeah.
Because these people, and I think there's a lot of people in this city that we live in that are the same exact way. And I don't know if I'm going crazy or it's just in my head.
Yeah.
I look at them, and as you say it, they're fishing for are we all doing this? Are we all fishing for a compliment from someone that we like?
I don't know if we're doing it.
That's when you're. That's when you'll spiral.
That's when you're a spiral. So I'm peeping it.
I don't think I operate.
And then I
way.
started thinking about other people because I'm not. If you see me, I
you
wear.
definitely aren't.
I don't care what I'm wearing. I do care what I'm wearing, but still don't care what I'm wearing. But I still don't care what you think about me.
I care about it looking. I care
look
about
clean.
It's
not,
impossible not to.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not like what I don't care about what I'm wearing, but I don't care what you think about what I'm wearing. How about that?
Sure. How about I say this?
I don't think
it's okay to care about what certain people think, not what everyone thinks. I think it's scary when you care about what everyone.
So who is the certain people that you should care about? Thinking
the people,
whoever you value the most.
That's what I was just about to say.
So say
I
value Kanye West the most.
But no, it's
realistically. Speaking.
But no.
No,
This goes to your.
realistic.
That's when you have to value your value system.
You got to rank your value system.
Yes,
you got to put ranks on it.
If you're valuing somebody just because, not saying you personally, but just because somebody has 1,000 cars, you're valuing them just off their cars. But they could be a shitty person.
Yeah. But the thing is, I hear a lot of talk about other people from people that I know, about other people.
Yeah,
and it comes to that. Like, are you valuing them for? He has a 6-car garage or 12-car garage.
I value
only
people
6
based
cars.
off of their morals and based off of like if we share a common interest and they're doing something in a field that I want to be in. I think that's what you should value. Not even a field that you want to be in, but you just admire how good they are at what they do.
I think you have some right there as far as a field that you want to be in.
Maybe that's
because it's what you're interested in.
Exactly,
sure.
And that's what I was just about to say.
Sure.
So you might value somebody. We can go around. We can go around. You might value somebody who's more strict in their religion.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're like, damn, I want to get more strict in the religion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna me personally. Well, I do value people. I value more people who's more self-conscious, self-aware of themselves. Like, even if they do got 1,000 pair of shoes or that, I don't really care. I'm like, how are you? Versus, but somebody else might look at that and be like, I don't really care about that. But yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that though.
There isn't.
There's nothing wrong.
And you know, I think
with that phrase, if you find there's something wrong, you got a judgmental problem.
See, you know that phrase. There's nothing wrong with that. People got to realize that phrase is wrong. You know why?
Can you elaborate?
Because this guy's saying there's nothing. Curtis, I'm coming at you, but I'm saying he goes. But there's nothing wrong if you like materialistic things. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, you just saying that means you actually. I have to take your opinion.
You're right. You're right. Because when you're saying that, you are saying there's something wrong with it.
What's that shit people always say?
How about this? There is something wrong with being overly materialistic.
Yes,
there is.
Say it.
Sorry.
Stop saying there's nothing wrong. There's always something wrong with something, but then it's your reality too. And if you don't think it's wrong,
that's what I said. That's why I said it's not, because it's your reality.
Yeah,
I don't think it's smart to be buying $300,000 cars that depreciate.
Wait. I don't think you should be drinking a beer.
Ooh. Sure.
No. But that's what I'm saying.
But exactly, I don't care what you think.
Reality.
But the
it
difference
goes back
is
to what you. It's a mixture of what you're saying and what you're saying. Both.
The difference is it's this. I don't think you should, but you're well within your right to go ahead and do it. I don't care. I guess it comes back to what I care about.
And then it says think, that word think.
I care that's why I said it's a mixture of what both of y'all said.
No, from a logic, I shouldn't be drinking this, or I shouldn't. In the past, I would do other nefarious things, I guess. Yeah, but I shouldn't have been doing it. But I did it because I wanted to do it. And you know what? I don't want other people coming in and telling me you should do that or what you should and shouldn't do. But if it's also we gotta say this: if it's coming from somebody who you respect,
you value,
who you value,
then you take it differently.
And then you take it a little different. Like, yo, hey, I don't think you should do that.
Yeah,
at all.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking to a point where I was getting a lot of not hate, but critiques about me, right? And I started becoming.
But know the difference between hate and critique.
It wasn't hate. That's what I stopped. I said it wasn't hate. It was critiques.
Sometimes it might be hate.
No, yeah.
But some critique.
That's the thing.
I've noticed some people not a critique while hating, while sprinkling hate in there.
Listen,
how does that happen?
It's like a little buzz.
Because I think both of you guys just said something that was real dope, so I don't know who to start with.
No, I'm with this on his because I'm gonna pass this off to you. So, okay. Because I'll start with my example, but it was like I was getting this critique, and then it made you start thinking about yourself. Like, wait, are they mad because I can do it and they can't.
That's a sprinkle of
That's
hate.
when the hate is.
That's what I
But
said.
then
Yep.
it was a critique
But it still helps you.
because it's like, damn, you see me as this, and you don't want to. It wasn't where I wanted to be seen as. And the only thing I wanted to be seen as.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
I think
it felt
the
like that was the
only-
only.
yeah, the only
it's not
thing.
what is that.
I think
she's-
it comes down to the institution of that person. I don't know.
Exactly.
If I
So you
just,
start thinking about the person that gave you this critique,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you start judging them. So I stopped. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's where it got me
I
into
think-
more hate. Because
I
I was like,
think it's-
"You're mad because I just have a good time."
And guess
I'm
what?
fine.
That'll make you hate somebody.
Makes you hate them. So I stopped, and I was like, "You know what? What don't I like about?"
That's why I think that's a great. It depends on who it's coming from. If it's someone who you know is like, oh yeah, they genuinely are just kind of like
comes
looking
back to
out
the
for
value
you.
shit, yeah.
Or if it's somebody who's just like, I barely know you, or I don't rock with you like that, and you're
Yeah.
inputting
100%, my nigga, because it was like
that. There's a difference.
we were out and about, and someone told me kind of the same thing, and I was shrugged it off like I don't know you.
All right, well let's do this. Say it's somebody that you're not a fan of, but you're a fan of how they move.
So okay,
Would you
elaborate.
take their-
wait? Like
You're
okay,
not
so
a fan of them,
yeah,
Personally.
as people, as a
Yeah.
human being.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you admire how they move.
How what they're doing?
Oh,
with their
I know
life,
people
how
like
big
that.
they are.
Okay,
I
but
love-
now,
I know people like
now,
that,
if they tell you something about yourself, would you take that as critique? Or
No, I would take. Oh shit!
No,
that
I'm
wasn't, it
taking
wasn't
it-
no. It wasn't a no yes question.
Well,
But
it's what I said earlier. It's who that person is. If
you.
I know that, even if I don't like them as a person or how they opt. Well, and
That's hard.
You know, not even how they move, because I may not like how they move, but I know that they're always real and honest. So it's like,
no. He said you don't like the person,
oh, I don't like. Okay.
so you
You
like
don't
how
like
they
the
move.
person.
So you probably they're not honest.
I feel like that
Okay.
takes a stronger
It takes a lot-
judgmental.
yeah.
It takes a stronger judgmental factor to just gauge through. Like,
for
fuck,
me,
I don't like this person, but he's right.
It's really well, it's really hard for I don't really have people that I hate. So I'm trying to I'm really trying
but
to
not
like,
hate, not hate. Just
or people
disagree.
that-
Just disagree. What?
Well,
how-
I disagree with literally every single fucking person that I know, because I don't have a consistent train of thought anyway on anything. Like, I'm for legalizing all drugs, but then on one hand I'm like, yeah, I don't believe this. Well, that's actually kind of consistent. But like,
no, I feel you, but it's like
you know what I'm saying. I don't have a consistent
I know
like.
exactly what you're
So
saying.
it's
you
like
hate.
I'm never gonna 100% agree with anyone. Like, I'm always gonna.
I always take
But
I always take one person as a canvas. I always take each person as a canvas. I would say, like you talking to me about something, Curtis, and Alpha talking to me about something, and his critiques. I'm gonna take it. You guys could be saying the same exact words, same critiques, but I'm gonna
that's
take it
because
different because I know you,
Yeah.
and I know what you've done before,
Perfect.
and I know you, and I know what you've done before.
Yeah,
so it might be
exactly.
completely
That's
way
yeah,
different.
and it
That's
has
a
to- it has-
very
yeah.
good. That's very
Sure. So let's
very
take
good,
this.
bro.
If you. Okay, so I hate being brutally honest.
That's cool.
on here.
Hit it.
Yeah, back
Hell no, we're doing
back
all
in
that.
my
Hell
day,
yeah.
I would dabble in some shit.
Yeah,
When I say shit, I mean
Drugs.
Yeah, drugs.
he's a
All right.
Doug's.
Yeah, sure. But we did it recreationally. It was just for fun.
Yeah.
So, but
And fuck you if you judge him, motherfucker. Go ahead.
I don't really. They can suck my dick.
Exactly.
From the
So
back.
go ahead.
From
but
the back.
yeah, creating it.
Tell them niggas.
But the thing is, I would always, if I knew someone who was a drug addict, and I'm saying this is a problem for you,
But you're doing it.
I don't. Yeah, but I've done it myself in the past. How can I? They're gonna look at me and be like, "Yo, you've done it yourself, bro. Like, what are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I can't argue that, like I have.
Like Alpha, say
but
this.
if I
say
know
this
that it's
scenario.
genuinely a
Say this-
problem for that individual, it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you never
But you know yourself.
But you don't.
So
Okay.
when you take,
Yeah.
because I was gonna throw him this scenario: what if a drug addict that reformed, became a better man, started judging you on drugs, like start telling you you should probably stop. How would you take that from them? And this is your homie too. So this is not a
Well,
person you hate, but they had a crazy aspect. They had a drug life, whatever.
Yeah.
they're a better
so
person
they,
now.
they know the what it could lead to.
Yeah, and they're like, yo, you
I
need
like
to
the
chill.
question better. Would you continue or would you stop?
Yeah, what would you do?
Well, I know I know me as a person. I don't know. I don't get attached to things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
like,
No,
period.
but that's
like
what
I'm
I'm
saying,
saying.
like like even this. If I wanted to stop
I feel like
drinking, in fact, I've done it this year. So like,
But I think it goes back to what Alpha was saying, far as like how much you value that person.
Yeah,
and
how would you
person's
value that?
opinion.
Say I'm that
it's just
person.
it's the value of that.
I was like, yo,
individual.
stop doing
no,
the.
if you really value that person's opinion, and they told you, bro, this ain't the way to go, stop. Would you stop or would you continue?
I would consider.
I could jump. Let me throw this in real life.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
No,
This
let
is
me throw
really
you.
difficult.
Let me throw you this in real
I would
life.
consider it though. Like,
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
And my mother. Two people we're talking about right now. Two things we're talking about.
Yeah.
Cigarettes and my mother.
Mm-hmm.
I care for my mother's value and what her opinion is a lot too.
Do your mom smoke?
No.
Okay.
Well, pop smokes all the time is like, right?
Okay.
And so,
The women don't really smoke.
my mom chief. But
Weed?
but
I'm talking about
no,
cigarettes.
cigarettes.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
But no,
yeah,
not
they do.
I feel like I never really
It's like a
seen
white girl thing,
Somali
like,
women. No,
it's more
Somali women do.
Yeah,
And
I
then
was
when
about
you
to say, I've never
see
really
a
seen
Somali woman do,
smoke.
you start judging like, oh, you must be. Back in the day, you must have bust down. Shit, you must have done this if you smoke. So much judgment. I hate
Yeah,
it.
well, I got a question.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I'm sorry.
like-
I don't want to cut
Oh,
you
go
off.
ahead. What's the question?
Are Somali women like promiscuous like that? Because I feel like the religion aspect.
Man, women are
kinda-
women. Women are women.
Oh, I didn't know. I mean, because
Women
I
are
figured
women.
like
Women
the
are.
religion
That's the perfect
aspect.
answer.
Okay.
God
Guys
damn,
are
that
guys,
was
women
very
are
clear.
But I
women.
always thought because of the religious aspect.
It's a whole. How about this? Let me make this easier for you. Catholic women, Catholic schools. The girls at Catholic schools are what?
But they're not really. Here's
No,
the
no,
thing.
but the word- what's the word?
Forced, yeah, but they're
Okay.
being forced to go to Catholic school. That's the difference.
All right,
I'm
but you're
talking
being
about
forced to.
But I'm talking about
in the-
grown women who are just
grown.
No, I'm saying like all right. So
Like
it's a
my
20
age.
They've
women.
already
Yeah.
found their choice.
Yeah,
and they're still choosing
they're
to do it.
choosing to be religious.
Yeah.
I always thought that they're not going to be promiscuous like that.
Now,
Because I'm in a stage where I'm promiscuous and I'm religious.
But as
and I
far
think
as
a lot
women
of women
wise,
are
I
like
think
that.
it's like 70-30. Because like 70%.
You're a guy.
No,
You're a
they're-
guy. I'm talking about
yeah,
the
that's what
woman.
I'm saying. 70% is like a no, like
Yeah.
no, they won't because
70,
they
I like
are
that.
because what they follow for so long. If they still choosing to do it at
Yeah.
30,
They
most
believe
likely
it.
they're like, no, I'm not moving like
They
that.
believe it.
Yeah,
That's why I was always confused.
Yeah,
It was-
yeah.
It's pretty much how you raise. It's a lot
It is
how
how
you
you
raise
raise.
and
It
how much
definitely is.
freedom you have too.
And when you got, to how you raised. Yeah, because
It's
I was about
like-
to say
'cause-
when you were opened up to,
Things, but
something
some people
outside
are
of your
not.
world.
Some people are not ever opened up to things outside the world. Like
and then they start finding out about
See,
like
this is
25,
why I really
26.
want to fucking travel
Me too.
because I
need-
feel like I want to be exposed to different things that I just haven't. That I
been you comfortable. You're
well, yeah.
comfortable.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Let's do this.
I think, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people when they travel abroad, even when they travel abroad, like they're going to European countries, which is great, cool. That's still dope. Still a different culture, but Europe, America, it's kind of similar in a way. I mean, they're a little more,
Somewhat, yeah.
they're a
Yeah.
little more liberal out there, like in their,
What you're talking about, you want to see like change. You want to see
Yeah,
different cultures.
sure, like something that's just a complete
Like,
culture
They
shock.
look at you and they look at you like Yao Ming.
I mean, that would be like going to China.
Yeah, it'd be a culture shock.
Yeah, China would be,
I'm with that.
because even Japan, they're
But
a
you know
little-
what thing is?
little
I was
like-
thinking about this whole like this whole fascinating talking about like gives you self awareness, say a word. What's the word alpha? I'm thinking about- There we
self-actualization
go. Whatever.
or realization.
Realization. I was like, I want to do this and I want to do that. Oh, I want to do this. And then I started thinking about you. And it was like, you were saying some shit like, or Curtis, because no one knows what pointed at, where you were like, how can you want to, like, it came to a point where like, were you trying to do something outside or are you trying to do all this shit when you haven't even done your bed?
Yeah.
Right?
That's what
But
Jordan, isn't that what Jordan
Yeah,
did?
but it's Curtis, but I heard it from Curtis, from Jordan.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So, I was thinking about that and I was like, shit.
people
there's-
attack him a lot.
There's
by
so
the way.
many, there's so much shit
yeah,
I got to get
because
done
those are
here.
undisciplined.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, but that dude makes a lot of sense.
Because
He's logic and people hate it.
Yeah, well, they hate it because it goes against some of their
Beliefs.
implicit beliefs,
And
it
I feel
challenges their worldview in a way.
it's half their work.
I don't agree with everything that he says. By the way,
No,
like
of course
that,
not.
but-
The world, your worldview is your world.
Your reality
So-
is your reality.
Exactly, but
the word of the day
world,
is anecdotal.
Yeah, I like that.
everything-
Anecdotal.
Literally,
Spell that for me. If you don't know how to spell it, don't say it. You know, Chris says
half
it.
of the
but-
words I say.
I know.
don't
I'm looking it up.
but what I was saying as far as he the things that he say attacks a person's intuition. You feel me? Like when you're up here complaining, oh man, this is like this. Why is this going on? Why is this going on? But then you
doesn't.
got a closet full of dirty shoes. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
And then he
if
tells you straight
can't
up, like, yo, it's
fix-
because of your shoes.
If you can't fix shit within your own life, don't worry about
what the hell
fuck
is going on in the
elsewhere.
world that's so real.
Fuck, that's what I was talking about when you were saying all your shit about
Well, it's not-
traveling and whatnot. It
yeah.
wasn't shit, but I'm saying like when you were talking about that, I was like, I want to. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that.
But
Man, I got shit in my own world.
Oh,
I still
yeah.
gotta like solidify
no,
before
see,
I can
but that's
move
the
out.
thing.
That's a little different.
Not move out, but
that's different because
You're trying to expand yourself
yeah,
and
yeah,
learn.
yeah. When
No,
you're trying to see different things, that does nothing with
These people-
something you,
some of-
that's not hold. The only thing holding you back from that is your disciplinary actions
Yeah.
to
Disciplinary
get it
actions.
to follow the steps. So
To get it
if you
done.
want to fucking
So
go
say-
to, if
yeah.
you want to go to California, you have to save your money
Yeah.
to buy a fucking plane
How are you going
ticket.
to save up the money? You got to give up this alcohol for a
For,
week.
yeah, exactly. Boom, 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 boom. That
Correct.
creates discipline to get you where you want to go. Now, if you can't do that, then what did we say earlier? You're interested.
Yeah.
You don't.
You're not
You're
really-
willing to
yeah,
find
you're not-
out if you care or not.
yeah.
You
So
feel
do
me?
you care? You know what I'm saying? And like even with the whole Jordan thing, like with people going at him, I know for people who don't know who Jordan Peterson, you can just Google him. I'm not gonna explain.
If you don't know who Jordan Peterson is right now, fuck you.
Yeah, but like, so again, you don't have to agree with everything that the guy says. I certainly don't. But I think I like listening to people that challenge my worldview because that's how
Question
you
things.
get better. Like, you got to understand people come from different places. They have different upbringings. And like, just because somebody thinks differently than you doesn't necessarily mean that they're an evil fucking human being.
I feel you. If you're around people that tells you red is red and blue is blue and green is green every fucking day of the rest of your life,
And you just listen
you're
to
always gonna be like red is red, blue. Literally, this show called Legion on FX. This guy as a baby was it's like the devil or whatever, and he was like with this kid as a baby in his head, kind of like a bug in his head, and he grew up and taught him green is red and red is green. Green is red and red is everything. And the day's going great. Now he's like a teenager. They're finally crossing the street. He's letting him go to school. Go ahead, go to school. And he's like, remember what I told you? Green is red is green. What's he do?
Kill yourself.
He walks across the street when it's red because he thinks or he walks across the street when it's green because he thinks it's red. And red is supposed to stop. Gets hit by a car. If you go by what someone tells you every day in the rest of your life, you won't ever have a you.
Yeah. And
So,
yeah, go ahead.
so now, when we bring this back to Jordan Peterson, having that or having just, it's not even him, but it's specifically that type of person that makes you question your own thoughts.
Sure.
That's the only good thing about this guy I like.
And
I mean, other than he like give us information.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
he makes you question.
You don't have to. That's my thing. But the thing is, you should also listen to people that disagree with them.
Yes.
And then that's how you formulate an opinion.
That's it.
You don't
You hear both
formulate
sides and pick one.
You don't formulate an opinion by listening to one side the entire
and
time.
agreeing. That's
yeah,
it.
Like that's
no. You got to see
stupid as
both
shit.
sides and then pick to one, or make
That's-
your own side.
See, I like going back to that yin and yang factor. That's why I'll value the opinion more of somebody who's seen both worlds.
Yeah.
So if you know every book in the library, but you haven't been outside, like I can't fully.
I won't take travel advice from you.
So take this.
I won't take travel advice
That's a
from you.
really dope point that you made.
Yeah.
All right, so like,
And vice versa.
no, that's a phenomenal point you made because all right, so like when we talk about cops killing black people, I'm sorry I was bringing some
do
shit,
this. Let's
but
do
yeah,
this.
so 0.004% or somewhere around that realm of black
this
people
is a
get
good
killed
one,
by
yeah.
cops.
Mhm.
So like people are out here thinking, well, cops kill all these black. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not necessarily the case. But I like what you brought up because that's just looking at the stat. That's
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
staying in the library.
Mhm.
When you go out into the world, that stat doesn't incorporate the fact that people may have have had horrible experiences with police officers. So they're not dead,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
these cops are maybe pointing a gun at them.
That's a book
unjust-
smart, street smarts kind
Yeah,
of thing.
exactly. They're pointing the gun at them, or they're pushing them up against a car, or a cop car. Or they're wrongfully arresting
Yeah.
them over some bullshit. Like that's the street smart versus book
That's
smart.
like
That's
yeah.
the you stayed and you
And
looked up the
but you
stat.
gotta know both.
Right.
That's why. That's when I value your opinion when you know both. Like,
Sure.
it's okay. I can take tidbits of what you know. If you know all of something and just this, I'll take a tidbit of it. But some people like that though. And, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like having just all.
Stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. shit, go ahead, do your thing.
No, there is something wrong with that.
There is something wrong with that.
You did it again.
You got to take. Yeah, you have to take. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't
There-
decide.
but I don't
There's
really
nothing
think
wrong
there's
with it.
nothing wrong
There
with
is.
that, though.
There is.
Okay, all right.
Actually, no. 'Cause
Honestly.
me saying there is my reality.
Because
In my reality, there's something wrong.
all right,
with
but
it.
check this out. The guy when you can when you turn on your car and you got that mechanic who can know right off the jump
What's
when
wrong?
you turn it what's wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He wouldn't know that if he didn't deal with cars most of his life.
sure.
So he might know so much in that and very little in other shit.
I don't agree with this.
But I'll take a tidbit from him.
Okay.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
He's
there's
an
nothing
expert in
wrong
that
with that.
particular thing.
He doesn't care to know about other shit that we
That is-
think we find good or you should know.
Sure, that's how
Let's
it is
speak
with
of-
pop
let's speak on-
culture.
let's speak
Look
on
That's
at
how it
homie.
is in the fucking
It's a world.
world.
Yo,
Look at pop culture.
let's
I know
speak of our
nothing.
homie.
Yo,
Let's
look,
think-
I know nothing about pop culture in any way. I come here to get informed from you guys. 'Cause I'm not following that shit. I don't care
Yeah.
for it. But like, there's still something to be said about it because pop culture
It's
is
still
culture,
on.
and culture is important. Culture is important in shaping our worldview.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not mad when people do keep up
It's from
on
your
it, though.
clothes to your
Absolutely.
from your,
I'm
how
not
you
mad
talk,
when,
how you
I'm
move.
not mad when people keep up with it because it does influence our lives in
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form. I'm just not
I
interested.
like your mindset, and I do agree. I said I didn't agree before because I was thinking about something else, but I like that. I would take something from the most ignorant person. I still learn from the most ignorant
Yeah, you
person.
learn not to be a dumbass.
And you got
I
to
mean,
know
it's
that.
not a. It's
No,
not
I'm
ignorant.
saying no. Like for me, I'm just saying like break it. I'm not saying that person. I'm saying
They're ignorant.
I, like you should.
What,
I
other
think
than what they know.
ignorance. That's ignorance. That's being an ignorant person. Ignorance.
But
Not,
I'm saying far as an expertise.
no, I'm not even
though.
saying the expertise. I'm saying let's go to an ignorant person. I feel like you can learn.
I mean, but there's
from
no such
everything.
thing as an ignorant person. We're all ignorant.
No, there's
Yeah,
there's
we're all ignorant in something.
I'm
I get that,
ignorant in
but
fucking
but we're not.
China-
All right,
China.
all right. Let's not talk about the definition of ignorant.
I'm
I'm
talking
talking
just
about.
said in Chinese China.
I'm just saying.
Surely
But
are.
that's just
Yeah, I am
misinformed.
too, though.
That's not ignorant. Ignorant is like knowing what could be right and not even caring and going completely to the other side, right? Or keep staying on one side.
I think, ignorant is not willing to listen to.
not willing to listen.
Okay, sure.
If I tell you, yo, it's not China, it's Chinese or something like that, you'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, you're right. You're not ignorant. So
Now,
I'm
does
saying,
but does that translate from mind to body though? Like, does that translate from I don't want to know versus I'll do?
that I won't do. Yeah, it
No.
does. Like the ignorant person won't do something.
Like physically though? Like,
all right, let's say,
say
let's say ignorant. Oh yeah, 100%. Say, let's go religious kind of because I'll go back to the same. These parents, they won't let their kid get help by this hospital because the hospital doesn't follow their religious rules. But this kid is gonna die if you don't take him to the hospital. You're being ignorant.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But you still can learn something. What I'm saying,
There's literally just a story that goes with what you were saying. So this kid, I think he has epilepsy. So that's when you get the seizures, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Colors and magic.
Maybe.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can't see a lot
Flickering
of
lights and
lights
shit.
or put you into a stroke. Or
All right,
something.
maybe I'm tripping. All right. Well, he has seizures. I don't know.
He has
I'm
seizures.
sorry. We're being ignorant if you correct us.
Look, we're ignorant.
Yeah.
But we're not ignorant because we said I'm sorry. Because we might be. We know that we're not.
Yeah,
All right.
I want to learn, but we're recording right
Quicker.
now.
Yeah, we're not gonna Google it. Let's go.
But yeah, so this kid was getting seizures
Uh-huh.
and he was smoking marijuana, and that helped with the seizures. All right, so his therapist apparently had told the authorities that this kid's smoking weed to deal with his seizures, but his parents had given the kid the weed, but he was 15, and so the cops came in. They're like, "Yo." They raided through the house. Long story short, they took the kid away from the parents because they were giving him weed to help with his fucking seizures.
Yeah.
That's ignorant.
And it's like, yo, that's ignorant. This kid is
let
literally.
me add something crazy that happened this week too. That's fucking ignorant and pisses me off so much. This got me mad.
That goes literally to just the
That's
soil
why-
that you're on.
But that's why I want to decriminalize like all drugs.
Listen, so
period.
there's this-
Like,
there was
take
this-
the criminal element out of it too, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
There was this Hispanic, I think, man. He's a pizza delivery guy.
Hispanic, I think, man.
I think the man's Hispanic. You want to switch it up? I think he's Hispanic.
Not
I
a
don't know.
Hispanic
wait,
man.
epilepsy is when you have
man.
like you fall asleep while you drive.
Oh,
Maybe that's it.
epilepsy. Yeah, because those are the goats sleeping. They have epilepsy, right? Sleeping goats. Fainting goats are like something.
Hey,
like,
just don't judge us.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah,
But
go
anyway,
ahead.
That
this
sounds like a band, Sleeping
there's-
Goats.
fainting goats. That is, all right.
No, that's narcolepsy.
Epilepsy is when you see the
Absolute-
strokes, when you see too many lights and when you stroke.
Holy shit!
Nigga, all right.
I'm
Anyways.
starting to get drunk.
Listen,
and it's, my
so
fault.
this pizza dude, right, is in. Let me set where this at. Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Motherfucker orders or delivers a pizza to a military base. Correct.
Oh, I heard about.
This
Yeah, go ahead.
Fucking ignorant. Pisses me off.
Yo, I can't believe this
He
shit.
delivers it to a military base. Thank you. Damn. Double with cheese and pepper. Oh, perfect. Let me see your papers. Let me see your immigration papers. My nigga's like,
So
what?
fucked.
He's like, let me see your papers. Thank you for the pizza. Here's the money. Let me see your papers too. And they called ICE on him.
That's
and he's
horrible.
deported.
Yeah.
They had to grab his family, everything. And they have like a big press conference and everything, whatever.
Fuck
but
them.
this ignorance that you ordered pizza.
This dude's
To me,
doing a job. Like,
How sick would you be, dog? If you go to a job you hate.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
This sucks.
What is it?
But it's
No. His green card was pending.
Oh,
Everything
okay.
was pending. Everything was in order.
But that ain't what we're talking
What are you
about.
talking about?
We're talking about how could your morals. That was a moral issue, right?
That was
Well, it depends on where your morals lie. Because one would say,
Why would you?
No, hold on.
Okay.
I know where he's going.
Let's
with
go,
this.
let's go. Go ahead.
One would say, hey, morally, he's not supposed to be here. Like if we're going off a law, the letter of the law, the rule of law, he's not supposed to be here.
Yeah. So he's just following out his
But
job, just like the same delivery guy.
Somebody else would say, it's fucked up to uproot this dude's entire life because while he's doing a job and you're just being a dick.
Well,
which I fall on that side.
Hold on,
You're
Yeah, I'm
being a
on
dick.
that side too.
Yeah, but
I'm
no,
on
with
that
the
side
morally,
too.
hold on. But with the morally part, he was allowed to be here. He is allowed being here. He is
But he
allowed
didn't know
working. No, he is. He's
No,
doing-
I'm saying that the guy who ordered the pizza didn't
Well,
know
the
that.
guy's just a flat out fucking
then
racist.
he's a dick. He's a
No,
racist.
that dude's a fucking flat out racist.
That has
guy.
nothing to do with
But
the
see
other
where the
person.
judgmental factor
No.
He just
no.
did his job.
But
He
you want to
didn't
say the judgmental factor. The judgmental factor is you didn't know who this Mexican
Guy was.
We
at
don't
all.
know none of our pizza guys.
Well, that's
So
what I'm saying.
why would you-
So why would you automatically assume, hey, like he got lucky?
Last week?
No,
he got
no,
lucky.
no,
he got
no,
lucky because
no,
he guessed right.
No.
Yes.
It's not a guess.
Yes, it
No,
was a
it's not
guess.
It's not a guess because he didn't say, give me the pizza, you're deported. Let me see your papers and find out.
But he assumed because he was Mexican.
He didn't.
He might say that to every single Mexican he run into.
I don't
But that's
think
right.
that's
That's
the thing. I don't think
still
that's the
racist,
case.
though. That's
That
still
is
racist, though.
That's
That
not
is
really racist
that's
if that's your job to find
That's
out.
not their
No,
job.
that's
It's
not
not
their
his
job.
job.
He's just on a
He's in
military
a
base.
military base collecting
his job.
pizza. He's
He
not
reported him
ICE.
to ICE.
He
Yeah.
reported him to the people that deported him.
Is he on a military base that's like on some border shit?
No,
know.
it's in Brooklyn. That's what I'm telling you.
It's
That's
in
why I
Brooklyn.
said
This
it
is
in
New
Brooklyn.
York.
Oh, shit.
It's not- that's what Drake said. Drake said, "Oh, does he need some kind of papers to walk into the military?" I'm like, my nigga, they're asking for the pizza. They don't
That's
care
not
who the
their
person
fucking
is.
job.
I know they don't give a fuck about who the person is.
Yeah.
They just want the pizza.
No. Yeah,
So
well,
it's-
in this case, he did, and it was racist for him.
No,
to
I'm talking
say,
about Drake was
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
he was like, "Do you need papers to get into the place?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
And you might
Yeah.
because they said
You're
he
not a
had an
military.
ID. He had a New York State ID.
I love how we just jump into the underdog side though, because y'all
It's
don't
not
know.
even the underdog
hey,
side,
here's
my
your
nigga.
Here's your pizza. Thanks, man. Here's a $3 tip. Thanks, you cheap bastard.
Bastard. It could have been. That's the thing.
Let me see your papers.
That's the thing. I always say
Okay.
this. I always say
Yeah,
this.
see,
You don't know about the
it-
interaction. You don't know about the
No,
interaction.
'cause
But
Drake-
still, it's still fucked
You
up.
never know.
it's
You never
fucked
know.
up.
He could be like, "Guess what, you white piece of shit."
Exactly.
I'm here and I'm not supposed to be. Let me see your papers. Oh my god, he goes. You never know. There's a video. There's a video of this little kid up to this white dude who's is an older guy, but he's a smaller person, right?
Yeah.
And his little
He's a
kid's like,
midget.
he's a small person. He's a smaller person.
Oh shit! I didn't know. Like,
And this kid is like, "Oh, you're the size of me. Let me fight you." He's bothering. Till the end, he grabs his neck and he threw the kid on the ground. And then you see a clip of that shit. If you see a clip of that video, you're gonna think, "Wow, he just dropped that kid into the stone and he's crying. That guy's a dick." If you see the first 2 minutes of it,
Exactly.
you're
It's
good
a
shit.
whole
So you
different-
never know
You never
what's
know.
going on in people's lives.
I
what's
still think
happening.
that dude-
I think that dude's an asshole.
Your reality.
It's true. Fuck them niggas.
Your
Niggas ignorant.
perception.
I mean, even if I'm vehemently pissed at somebody, I'm not calling ICE on them. Like,
That's
God
crazy,
damn,
dog.
bro. Like,
I
I'm
ain't gonna
gonna
lie.
curse
My
him out.
last supervisor, if she's Mexican, I call ICE on that bitch. I hated her, bro. Fucking hated that.
Even if
bitch, bro.
it even
I
if
don't
it
give a
fucks her
fuck her.
family,
Fuck,
even
fuck
if
her
it fuck-
whole world up.
Yeah.
Take her kids out.
You know what? That whole thing. All right, this is another idea I had right now. You know when people are like, "Damn, you're gonna fuck up his family," right? But
Yeah.
then it's like he's fucking up his family for
like,
starting
yeah.
something. I always think
hold
about
on,
that.
That's the conservative.
True that.
Like, look out because, like, Trump splitting up families and shit
Yeah.
at the board. Like, it's like, yo, if we find out that this nigga
Doesn't have papers with it, yeah.
like we'll split the kids up from the family. I think it's wrong.
Yeah.
But somebody made a point. It's like, what was wrong for him to put his family in that position? I was like,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm
I
saying?
think didn't
You
Trump
gotta
switch up
keep
shit
that
where,
same energy.
Yeah. Huh?
didn't Trump switch up like letter work where it's like certain papers you need or whatever, or certain he switched up a lot of shit where these people didn't though put their
do you
kid.
Well,
Coming to America,
Barack
Even not that y'all both perfect. Even just as far as this perception thing, I'm getting kind of tired of people dropping all this shit on Trump. Like Trump is the only nigga pushing it.
Hold on. I was just about to make that point. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Barack Obama deported 11 million Mexicans, like and net immigrant, like so.
That's
But
fucked
it's
up
not
too.
even. But I'm saying it's
and he
not
dropped
a-
bombs on all of that. Like,
it's
bro,
not. I'm not saying it's not their pen. It's not just their pen. It's a fucking Congress and all that shit for a reason.
You know
They
why niggas-
all work
do you know why
together.
niggas-
They should be
Do you
working.
know
They
niggas-
don't work
do you
together.
know
I mean,
niggas-
well, they work in pockets.
No,
It's
they
not
should
just-
be working together.
It's not
They
just
don't work
Trump.
together, though.
Yeah.
But do you know why people don't like Trump? Or people blame all of it on him?
Yeah.
It's because what
I mean,
he
of course,
brought
he's-
out. No,
he's
said
the
it.
poster child.
Yeah, it's what he said.
It's what he says.
It's not even what he says.
He's
What
the poster
what he
child.
stands for.
No,
and
but
what people
here's my thing.
believe, who the people who
Yeah.
agreed with him.
He's the poster child.
He's the poster child, yeah.
Here's my thing.
Said
From
it
a
4 times.
policy standpoint, he's not doing anything different
at
than
all.
any other Republican president would have done. Like, he put a conservative nigga
Like
on.
if Mike Pence
he put Neil-
was the president right now,
he's
shit
doing
was,
everything.
Yeah, shit was happening.
It doesn't matter. If you fucking put Ted Cruz's bitch ass.
Yeah, that nigga got a face you want to fuck up,
Yeah.
bro. Oh my god,
Yeah, him or like
bust that nigga his nose.
Like Ted Cruz would have put Neil Gorsuch would have given him the Supreme Court seat. Ted Cruz would have given or the tax cut that we just had. Ted Cruz would have gone for that.
It's not him. It's just not him.
Yo, it's
This is what he
his
says.
policies are the same as. I'm sorry, my speech is slurred. Alcohol is starting to kick in, but like. It's from a policy standpoint, he's not doing anything different from any other Republican president. It's just it's the way he delivers things.
Yeah.
Like that's what has people up in arms. But even then, I don't even care at this point.
No, I think
I'm like, yo, if you really gave a fuck, y'all would have went
Let's
out
switch
and
it.
voted.
Yeah.
let's switch this up. Let's switch it up. Let me
that
go.
goes back to discipline and self-action.
Let me go
and
back
all
to
that
when
shit.
we're talking about.
Don't complain about something you could have had a chance to prevent.
Let's talk about that. That's what we started with. where-
Detroit.
Let's
Sorry.
talk about like say
No,
like
Detroit specifically.
Hey.
There was like 100,000 people in the county that Detroit is in. 100,000 people that voted in 2012, probably for Barack, decided to just sit out.
Yeah,
Somewhere
Getting
around
that
those
L.
lines.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your vote counts, obviously.
It sucks that the casualties who did vote, they still going through it.
So
but-
when I was talking about like why, what was it? It was what was it? Fuck! It was about blaming yourself. You should blame yourself for doing this thing.
Yeah.
kind of thing, right? Why
You
blame
could've
him?
prevented it.
Yeah, you could have prevented it. Let's fuck Trump and all government shit. Let's
let's bring it
let's
back
bring
to-
it back to some reality. Let's some real life.
Yeah.
We're outside of a bar. So niggas start fighting. The niggas start fighting. Niggas get arrested. Niggas get arrested. That was your third strike. Now you're in jail. Now you look at his family. Who's crying for his family now?
Who's crying for him?
Or
Oh, you mean who's crying for his family?
say he hits the cop. The cops beats him up.
Mm-hmm.
He's in jail too, and all these people are crying for this guy.
Oh, they're saying,
They're like, oh,
look at these cops
fighting this dude. Oh, his family
Yeah.
is this,
Yeah.
and now he's
I mean,
in
we
jail.
see that all the time, though.
And I always
That's
come
why I
back
said,
to
I'm
what
not
is this
against cops, bro.
I'm not.
Oh.
Why
No.
are you in that situation?
Hey, look, just real shit. I've been pulled over 2 times in the last like 3 months. First time I got a warning, you let me go. The second time it's like, yo, we gave you a warning, so here's a ticket. And I was like, cool each time. It was brief, quick. I got the fuck out of there.
Cops are people, bro.
And my tags were expired, so I deserved to get pulled. Like, the fuck?
People be doing the stupidest shit or
Yeah.
just
And you-
minute shit and be thinking like, man, why y'all
And
do
then-
this
and
over?
then-
Why'd
don't
you
get
run
me
a
wrong.
fucking stop sign?
No,
Because
no,
you didn't stop.
Exactly,
Yeah,
nigga,
yeah,
like-
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
There's
There
dick
are
cops.
definitely
Yes.
times where cops just go overboard with shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
But like
Everybody
that's-
has an authority
yeah, yeah.
aspect about them.
But like, at what point do you this whole fuck the police narrative?
When does it stop to you? When it
Not
ends
down
on
for that
No,
you?
yeah, like my thing is like, yo, look, when
Until
cops,
somebody
when-
rob your
here-
fucking house, then it's like
Yeah.
we need the police.
Yeah.
until here's my thing. If they do something foul, you call them out, obviously. Because I think some people just think all cops are just always great. And no, they're not.
They're humans.
Right, they're human beings.
You can tell
so
them.
when they fuck up, we need to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
But this whole
That's
narrative,
the biggest thing. That's the biggest.
I think
thing.
that's the problem that
That's
people
what,
have.
I feel like that's what more of that is what we
Accountability
no why we see them so
negatively.
We naturally see them as over us. Like, not on no, like, man, he ain't nobody over me, but when we see a cop ain't looking at us and like, whoa, there's a person in a regular
we were walking
car.
down the street and I saw a cop and I was fried out of my mind and it was me and I think Boots. But all I was
Did
thinking,
you have any weed
I
on
had
you?
nothing on me.
Then it doesn't matter.
But exactly, but I still was thinking, damn,
But that's
that
what I'm
nigga
saying.
was above me. He could do.
He's not.
he could
They're not
fuck-
above you. They actually work for
But
you.
people
But
think
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a perception that they are.
They are.
And that I think that's given because of, like you said, they're not being held accountable on the fucked up shit that they do. Like we're held accountable on all the fuck. We go 5 miles over, we get a ticket.
If we run away from the
Y'all
cops, why you
kill-
running? You're arrested.
Exactly,
sure.
but y'all do some fucked up shit, don't nothing happen.
Y'all-
that's
so
the
it
problem.
puts
leave
it in
on
our
pay.
head like, damn. So these niggas is kind
Are
of
above us. That's what it is. I like that.
And it
That's
shouldn't be.
very
I mean,
true.
and that's not a.
That is very true.
That's 1,000% true. And the thing is, like, we pay taxes for these police officers,
pay
so
up.
like, it's like
But and
we
that-
expect y'all
I
to
feel-
be held accountable
I
when
feel
you
like
fuck
that's
up.
where the discipline. We don't have discipline as a unity,
but
as
you know
a
what that
community,
goes back
as
to?
universal.
What I said earlier, like, if y'all are gonna sit out and not vote. And vote in your local elections. Like, you guys realize
people
do you
just missed
realize
they missed one right now.
Yo, but yeah, exactly. Do you realize you vote for your judges, you vote for the DA, you vote for the police commissioner, you vote for your mayor, and then most of these people who are complaining about the cops don't vote. So now I don't even want to hear you talk. Fuck you, nigga. Like,
You
you're
could have
not, you're
chose
not
the person
doing that.
that influences that.
Yeah, you're not doing anything to change the
just a talker.
situation. So that's on you. Yeah, you're
that's
just
why
talking to talk.
that's. I don't like talkers, bro. I like walkers, man.
Yeah, if you're not gonna vote, bro, like, I'm
Stop
sorry.
talking about it.
Yeah,
Don't be
like,
mad about it.
yeah, you don't have a right to get mad
I
at
feel like
what
that with
Trump's
anything, bro.
Yeah, you don't have a right to get mad at what Trump's doing if you didn't vote.
I feel like a lot of people put the
Facts.
perception on of what they do and how they do it or why they good at it, but don't walk none of that shit. And it's like, bro, shut the.
And I
fuck
think a lot
up.
of
That's why.
famous,
That's the reason why niggas don't like Trump, though. Like, because he doesn't. He talks to talk.
And I ain't
That's
even
why
talking
they
about political.
No.
I'm
I'm
talking
saying,
about,
but I'm saying in general, like, that's why. Because you're saying in general, I'm saying if we're talking whatever, that's not just him though. That's all of these niggas. Like,
That's
everybody.
damn near
They're
everybody.
all fucking hypocrite. And that's why I'm like,
you
yo,
just got one.
you
Actually, this you
they
got
all are. Every single one of them.
honestly.
Doesn't matter who
if
they
you
are.
look, I mean, I'm not for this nigga at all, but I look at it as far as like, okay, we like you just said, we're all doing that, but at least this nigga's at the top.
That's what I'm saying. He did it.
Yeah, sure.
He did. If you take away what he's doing, his name and
Yo, you know
everything,
this-
he still had the
you know the
discipline.
and
to
you
get
show
his
and you
ass
show
up
this
on
guy
that
where he
damn
started
stuff.
and how he got there.
Yo, you know the dopest thing this nigga ever did? I think it was at a. Fuck, I forget where it was at. But yeah, it was Barack Obama was up there and Donald Trump was in the audience.
Then they
and-
do a joke at him.
well, no, he was just like, he made it. He was
shaded
just,
it.
all Barack Obama basically said was like, yo, you'll never be president of the United States, and made it as a joke, and niggas were laughing.
Oh shit, he did do that. Oh fuck.
That was at the, it was when the, I forget.
That nigga
what-
said, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, bet.
And no, all he did was nod, bro. This nigga just nodded.
And guess where he's at?
And now, guess what he is?
Fuck.
Yo, that's, bro. That might be the
That's what I
illest
said.
thing.
Y'all keep
somebody's
talking about
ever-
Oprah.
Walkers-
Keep talking
Yeah.
about Oprah.
Bro,
keep talking about Oprah.
That's why walkers beat talkers every time. Like, you can sound as smart as you want, you can know as much as you want, but you'll never beat the person who actually doing this shit.
I was talking to my coworker about shit like that. He was like, yo, he's somewhat whatever age he is, and he's like, I've been doing this. I know this about business. I know this about that. I know this about this.
What
Then
have you
why are you
done?
here
And
with me?
I know
What have
all
you
these
done?
people
Why are
that
you here with me?
that actually did it. He goes, I always talk the talk, man, and I never fucking do shit. And I'm talking to you
It's
now.
easy.
Look,
It's easy to
I'm like,
run
all right,
that
let's
mouth.
move then.
It's easy to run that mouth.
Yeah.
It's so fucking hard to
to actually get up and
what
do
the
something.
fuck you need
Don't
to
be
do,
scared. Just
bro.
do it.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's again,
And that's
easier
scary.
said-
And that's
easier said
scary.
than done.
Hell
But
yeah.
like, yo, a lot of people just talk and they never.
People just need to realize that tomorrow is only 24 hours, and the next day is only 24 hours, and the next day is only 24
We
hours.
just take it day by day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you like today, what we got left? fucking somewhat hours. But I don't know. I got too much time. You don't have that much time.
We got 4 hours left in this.
No, we don't have 4 hours. It's 8 o'clock, nigga. What do you
4
mean?
hours till the day ends?
Yeah,
Damn,
4
it's
hours.
12 a.m. You're right, nigga. You're right, nigga. So you only have 4 hours.
I'm not even going to
Shut up,
respond to
nigga.
that,
We're gonna
bro.
cut this out. Edit, just edit that shit. Just ain't even here. Listen. No, but the thing is, it's the 20. That's it. 24 hours. Like I told this to him. I'm like, all right, let's stop. Let's stop all this shit. Then all this shit you're talking about. Boo-hoo. Cry for you. Done. Tomorrow's 24 hours. What are you doing?
Just far as me and Bash on a separate level, we've had these talks. Far as just getting up and
doing.
Yeah.
Getting up
And-
before noon.
I mean,
that too. Dog, today.
That too.
I'm not going to talk about that. But like,
That
it's like,
too.
But you have to actually do that
Yeah, man.
if you want to
I
do
mean,
it.
you do it every day. Though,
Because when everyone says, yo, you got,
But-
take it by day by day.
I like that you said that.
What?
You do that every day for work. We associate work with living
it's
because
awful.
without work, you don't pay your bills,
Yep.
you don't eat, you don't
Yep.
have no clothes. You need to have that same standard of mindset and schedule
For yourself. For yourself.
bro.
That's it.
Yeah.
That I got to wake up at
And
8
you know
o'clock
how
in the
hard
morning
that is
to
to do
clock
for
in.
people. I still work. That's why I said, like, I don't know, bro. I promise on everything. It's not on no braggadocious shit. People will be like, "Oh man, how do you do this? Well, when do you find the time to do this?" I look at other people. I'm like, bruh, I don't got. You see my car? Like, you see what?
What's the line?
I'm not wearing solid gold.
Kanye-
Like, I don't got
Kanye
shit.
had a line in his new album, self-titled "Yay."
That nigga's hilarious.
Yo,
He says the most common word in the Bible. Yay.
Yay.
You.
Literally, bro.
I was like, this nigga's funny.
Yahweh.
yo, but he said the line in the record, like, I don't take advice from people less successful than me.
Facts.
That's,
Yo, that's so real. Like, so you always you gotta always look up towards people who are in something that you want to do and are doing it at a high
called
level.
a- it's
Never
called a
look
mentor.
behind at a race, man.
It's called a mentor.
Never look behind. You're gonna look behind a race. Ask that nigga how to get
But
faster
the thing
than you.
is, when people ask you questions who aren't as informed, this is why, like, I'm real big on this. Like, if you don't know something, you ask a question and somebody's like denigrating you
That's
for
the
not
worst.
knowing that question.
That's the worst. That's it.
Yo, that gets me annoyed because it's like,
But
yo,
the thing
I
is-
like to think that I'm informed on a decent amount of things. So
Most
if
of-
I don't know something, I want to be informed.
Most successful people won't, not even successful as in like wealthy, successful as just in self-aware. Most people like that, they won't do
Shit
that
on you.
Yeah,
Yeah, they won't.
because they know where they were
Right,
at when they
sure.
were asking the question.
It's like that fat person getting fit.
Yeah.
They will be the best trainer
Yeah.
for any bigger person.
Oh, you
because
know,
they
whenever
were
I see
there before.
whenever I see bigger
That's the
people,
right.
whenever I see
love
bigger
that,
people
bro.
running,
That was 1,000.
I'm like, yo, that's so dope if they're running and getting better. Like, we had a friend of ours, I'm not gonna say his name, but he didn't know what fellatio meant. You remember this?
Yeah,
He didn't know. But like, he was like, no, what's that mean? And I was like, oh, it just means head.
Yeah,
And he was like,
the thing-
oh, okay.
you
And I'm like,
get-
yeah.
The thing is,
Like-
but don't be a pussy too. Don't get mad when we all laughed at him. Don't. That's not degrading you.
Yeah. It's just
Until-
it's funny that
until-
you didn't know that.
Yeah,
but
and then
like,
until you be like, oh no, seriously,
I
what
mean,
about
there's humor in
It's
every
everything.
fucking
but you
thing.
want to know why it's funny is because we're like, oh, I know that.
Yeah.
But there's a
But then
bunch
again,
of other things.
our friend group is something different.
Sure,
Thank
sure,
God
sure. Yeah.
for word. It is different. It's
Because like
different.
afterwards,
Because word for word, Alpha be like, oh, you really don't know what it means. Oh,
Yeah, I thought
this
he
is
was
what
joking.
That's
Yeah, I
how
thought he was
Alpha always
joking.
does
I was
shit.
like, oh, you really
Every
don't
time,
know.
because Alpha, you always say this. You always say, yo, I hate people that did great shit. But in my seat, in my reality,
You be flaming his ass.
you're always flaming everybody. Not
No, not for
hold
not
on,
knowing
hold on.
things. I flame people for everything,
Exactly.
though. Like,
no,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But you will flame them for when they don't know something.
What specifically?
When they, I don't know, but they'll ask like that, like the Felicia did. They'll
Yeah.
ask they'll
Oh,
ask
yeah.
a group.
Yeah, I'll laugh.
And then look, that face.
This is just
I
funny.
mean,
to
but
me.
that's reality.
But it's just the
But hold on.
reality. Yeah,
Let me
go ahead.
keep
Yeah,
on
finish.
this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alpha has an asshole laugh. So him,
It's a natural
that
one.
laugh,
But
makes
yeah, I
it.
guess.
It's like me saying, "Nigga, you stupid," for other people, right? But I'm sitting there.
I don't mean to do it. But
He doesn't. And if you know us, you realize, give it a second. He's going to tell you the full definition
Yeah.
of what it is.
Yeah.
Just let him get his laugh
That's a
out.
perception. That's a
Yeah.
perception
And
thing.
it always goes-
If
No, it's just my laugh.
If you come in and you see the thing at the wrong time, it could be you can see the right thing at the wrong time, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Man, you fucked up."
No, but
it's like, bro, you didn't see what I told him after or before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you just
Like
happened to
right
come
after,
in,
like, I mean, I was just like, oh, he for real
That-
don't know.
that's
what
it. Oh,
but I was like,
oh.
oh yeah, it means head.
Yeah.
And then I moved
But the
on
thing
with
is-
my life.
But there are still
I'm not
stupid
gonna
questions,
keep
guys.
harboring on the
Hold on.
fact that you didn't know that.
But we're not.
That's corny.
We're not
you gotta
teachers,
get a laugh out.
dog. But we're not teachers out here too. we're not like, yo, there's no stupid questions in this in the classroom.
Yeah.
There are stupid questions. There are really stupid questions.
Well, there's some basic things
That's
you should probably
stupid
know.
questions where you could Google.
But you know what? Yeah, I know. But you know what? Look, if you asked it, I'm gonna just if I know myself know it, I'm gonna
You gotta laugh and
laugh a
then
little
and
bit.
then tell you.
But then I'm gonna
That's
tell
what Alpha does.
and
You just
boom.
gotta know that. Don't be.
But then
don't
I'm
be,
not gonna bring it up every 5
like,
seconds.
oh, he
at all.
didn't know
You
fellatio.
that. I was like,
That's where the asshole comes out of.
Yeah.
I mean, but that comes with everything, bro. If you're proficient in something that somebody else isn't, that's
Oh,
like
100%.
That's like me telling
100%.
somebody
I love this
like,
combo.
all right,
Yo, we're running-
somebody do 3
Hold on,
pull-ups.
we're
hold
running
Yeah.
close to 2 hours,
Yeah,
bro.
hold
I
on.
mean,
but no,
yeah,
I
go
get
ahead.
it because it's like my boss or my mom would ask me something technology, like, yo, how do I send? My mom was like, how do I send this to you? And I was just like, you serious? That's like a laugh to you.
Yeah.
That's like your laugh. I looked at her like, ma.
Yeah.
But that's
But
a
then
little
I was
bit
like-
more understandable because it's a
doesn't
generation
know
thing.
it.
Because my dad's the same way, but my dad will school
Now
me
imagine
on,
me saying that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
then
like,
it's
my nigga, what?
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
But then I would be like, nigga, it's just this. Come on,
there's
this
some,
and that.
there's
Always
some
know
things
this.
though, because I figured this out on my own. I didn't know how to screen record,
Yeah, there's a lot of
and
things
then I
people don't
finally
know.
like flipped up and like did it on my own. I was like, yeah, if I
called-
asked, so no, I
That's
googled
the-
it, but I
That's the
googled it.
smallest version of discipline.
That's-
You decided to learn.
Yeah.
But I googled it because I was like, I don't want to ask people. This might be embarrassing.
You know what? You know huge is on that because I'm starting to read, right?
Yeah.
No,
it's just funny here.
dead ass.
See what I
no,
do?
No.
That's
Yeah,
a
see,
nat-
that's
but it's
asshole,
a
but
natural
no, but I
thing.
know
I don't
Alpha because
mean
I'm
to, like,
laughing at
yeah.
it too.
But it's
look at
dope
this because
because
you know
what's the
Curtis, you know
funniest
how
the way
you.
you phrase it was funny.
Yeah,
I'm starting to read. It's
because
just
you know
funny,
Curtis is always about like, yo, I've never read before, now I'm reading now.
Yeah,
blah,
that's
blah. And there's
great.
great things, right? And I'm sitting there like, yo, good
Read
job
the 4-hour
for you.
work
That's
week.
what's up. And then I'm like, damn, I don't read. And
Yeah,
I love that he's doing that. So I was reading, but
that's the reason why I get so pissed off. That's why I said there's talkers and there's walkers. So the person, like, that's why me and Driss get into it so much over the fucking audiobooks. I'm like, bruh, you're not fucking reading.
yeah,
I've said that before.
that's where I was going with this.
But check this out. We can even go to because I noticed a lot of people find a lot of information from YouTube, which is fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're listening to smart people talk. How did they get their information? They read.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you can't claim that you know everything that they know
Yeah.
if they read it.
Yeah.
They walked it. You're talking it.
I was thinking about that,
They learned the information.
and it was all about this discipline shit. But it was like,
Okay.
I'm actually reading about that dude, Malcolm X. I
yeah.
got his autobiography,
Oh, yeah,
right?
You should
read
read
it
the
twice.
4-hour. You
It's
should read the
it's so
4-hour work
fucking
week.
good.
I'll
So
write
fucking
that
good.
down. I'll write
Yeah,
that. I want to read
it's-
that. That's the time shit we were talking about.
Yeah.
I want to
Remember
read
that?
that. I want to read that.
Yeah, that's really good.
I was reading the Malcolm X book.
Yeah,
and
Malcolm X, bro,
Back
I
in
love
the
it.
day, when
I haven't read that.
bro,
I
during
love it.
school,
Is it-
I read it
was-
at 18 and I read it at 21.
during the school,
fucking
like
love that book, bro.
back in the day when they said read, nigga, I'm going to the first chapter 1 page, and then I'm ending on the end of the chapter page. I'm not reading the before, the after, nothing.
Especially when you
I'm
hear
reading
about
this.
that's why I like Malcolm's story so much, bro, because
Don't tell me shit. I'm reading it.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. We can talk about this in hopefully this month.
yeah.
But I read the forward, and the forward took me an hour to read. And it's like this big, and it's little. And it took me an hour to read,
But
and
it's
I was reading it because I was reading words, and I was like, fuck, what is that word?
No.
I'd
But
have-
what it
But
is,
that's so good that you do that.
That's
when
the
you come
thing.
across a word, like niggas will be like, "Yo, you're using words I don't know." I'm like,
But the
bro,
thing is-
honestly, I didn't know these words. Nigga, I
and
looked it up.
When I
Like,
first started reading, when I got more into reading, I burnt myself out by looking up every single
No,
word.
that's the thing. I
What you
wouldn't
got
do
to
that.
do, look up the words that you really don't know.
Yeah.
And kind of gauge
Context
which ones.
clues.
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause-
Gauge the ones that you feel like is going to pop up again.
Yeah,
You can skip those here and there. Like
you can
all right,
read a
I'll
sentence
yeah.
and guess what that word would mean.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then, like Alpha used
And then
anecdotal,
slowly-
and it,
anecdotal,
in the
and I
context-
know it's self-revelation. Well, I know.
Well, no, it's just your experience.
Yeah,
oh shit,
like,
wait, I messed it up.
That's
Oh, yeah,
where
your
when
experience,
he
yeah,
goes through.
Yeah. Your reality is your reality.
Yeah.
I'll use that as anecdotal. I see. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, your reality.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
looking up that word.
Yeah.
I'm looking up a word like,
because
yo,
you heard it in the
yeah,
conversation.
I'm like, I
you
don't
what it
know
is.
this sentence at all.
Yeah.
What is this word? I'll stop, look it up. And when we come back to the YouTube thing, when you're talking about how did these people get smarter, and they read.
I mean, but it's like I said, it's
I
never
was-
really a smart thing.
Articles
to me.
though too. If you read,
I was
mad
reading- no,
articles
I was
and
reading
fucking
that shit and I was thinking-
depending on what it is. My fault. Go.
No, I was thinking about that shit. I was like, back then they didn't have this. They didn't have
Yeah,
this.
that's true,
They didn't
yeah.
have this.
So it
so
is-
them learning, and then I kept going back.
So
and
would you-
back.
would you guys
like the art
say-
of war kind of thing? Like, yo, if you read that,
That's why
niggas
and
got
you-
intelligent
you know-
from
and-
that.
I feel bad for
that's what I'm
saying this
saying.
though.
You know,
I might be the only person who hasn't read the article.
I didn't read that shit. I didn't read it,
I
bro.
love the Art of War.
I didn't read it. It's coming up.
Bro,
though. It's on
that's
book
why
list.
you know what you call those people who went back and back and back. That's why I love philosophy.
Yeah.
Most philosophers they gauge from
History.
life experience, history, and reading, and they wrap it in one. That's why you get
And they form opinions.
exactly.
And that's
And-
a crazy.
but they've been through so much of that. They know how to say this isn't a fact. This is just what I see. I'm reading off of human behavior. People who only just read, people only just watch YouTube, people only just
I want to say
listen
something
to
else before we
audiobook.
bug
You can't.
you can't form your own ideas off of someone else's
it's a
idea.
mix.
You can. You have a
No,
certain
you can.
intuition.
But it's different from when you're reading it out on your words. Because
Exactly.
I read that book out loud. Even if I read it in my head,
yeah,
I still think I'm reading it through his voice.
You can get start out.
Here's my
bro.
thing. Like people make it seem like, oh well, if I'm reading a book, it's gonna take, you know what I'm saying, months on end. Who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
You read it.
That's
at
my
your
coworker.
own
Me
pace,
and my
bro.
coworker had a straight like convo, like deep hard convo. He was like, "Yo, let's do this. Just if you read a book 45 minutes a day, just 45 minutes a day, you'll get through 30 books in a year." Some shit like that.
Yeah, depending on how long the books are, but sure.
But
sure.
yeah,
that
yeah.
too.
But
But
like-
that's what I'm saying. That's why I love an actual physical book, because it's not the book. It's it's telling you to sit still. How long can you focus?
Let me tell you,
Bro, when I first started reading,
Oh.
I would get through like a paragraph and be like,
grab
this.
my phone. No, I grabbed my
Woo!
phone.
Like-
I could tell you it was last night. It was 2 nights ago. I was read. It's only been 10 minutes. Damn. Is that Cuddy thing open yet? No. Okay, let me read more. Read. Shit.
It's
Did
a
I get
muscle.
a text?
It's a muscle, bro.
And
Especially
slowly,
living in a world where you have all these distractions.
easy
50
access
years
to it.
ago, you could read a whole book because you didn't
Yeah,
have a phone.
shit else to
you
do.
didn't-
Nigga,
Yeah,
you had
yeah,
a log of wood.
Yeah,
And
you like, and there
And
was
that's what I'm
3
saying. Learning to
television
read now.
channels. Like,
I feel like if I do this and I become a reader and I feel like it will open my eyes up more because I'm cutting. It's a discipline thing.
Yeah, and
there's
you
so
know-
much distraction right now I can do if I just read. Damn, you're
But
working
the
on
biggest thing that's why I always tell people when they really starting to get into reading, bro, the biggest thing that you'll learn from it, like we were saying earlier, you get the meditation aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You get straight because I'm not gonna read a book like this and y'all having a podcast.
No.
I'm gonna go in my room. I'm gonna shut the door. I need
Quiet.
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 I need to be by myself.
Yes.
I need to take these words in by myself.
Yes.
Formulate my own opinion.
Yes.
That's the highest form of meditation you can do. That's the reason why the motherfuckers who read so much and experience
in our
both
book-
worlds,
in our-
we look up to them and be like, damn, this motherfucker's smart. Man, I
prophet-
need to learn what he know.
No,
Bro.
But
he's
you'll never do
disciplined.
that if you don't walk what he
Bro,
walk.
the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that in our religion, reading is probably one of the best things you could do in your life ever.
Yeah. And I think it is.
Meditation,
I think that's
the knowledge.
I think that's literally top. I think it's self meditation, which is reading, physical aspect that's difficult. That shit shows you how to break yourself because, like you said, reading a book is that shit's hard.
It's incredible.
It's so
it's
hard.
incredible. There's a point in time in history when like the printing press, especially when all these books were coming out a lot. Speaking of reading and doing history, but or like loving, I just really like history. Though.
Yeah.
But like, there's a point in time when the printing press came out. There were people who were afraid of that because they felt like people weren't. It was going to be a distraction from going out and farming or going out and doing all of these other, laborious type of things. It was a distraction. Then you look at the radio came along. People thought that would be a distraction. TV came along, thought that'd be a distraction, and now the internet is here. People are like. It's the
you
internet's
can
a
turn
distraction.
anything.
But my thing is, it's like if you utilize something in a proper way,
Yep.
the internet is we have so much information at our
we can get a
fingertips,
book
bro.
like this because of the internet.
I read
Yes.
my books online half the time, like which is bad for my
You're
eyes.
not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you gotta be patient.
I read an
Now
entire.
I read
I read
online,
like 2
bro.
or 3 books online, and I'm like,
I've
yo,
tried. When I first
it's
started reading, I
really
had
bad
the
for you.
Kindle and all that.
Yeah.
I would like peel the pages with my finger. I'm like, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
I gotta feel that shit.
It actually feels like reading an article online is okay with me.
Yeah, article is
article's
fine.
quick.
Because I read a lot of articles.
yeah.
I kind of need the physical
A book. If a whole book, if it's
That-
someone's
and-
mind, it's crazy, bro. A book is someone sat down and thought all this.
Yep.
And thought all this maybe like 20, 30 times because they had to keep getting it redone, read this, and it's finally done.
And you know what that's called? Art.
It is art.
Yeah.
That's why
It
I'm
is.
Those
obsessed
words
with
are
like
art.
shit like
Bro,
that. Whenever I see
you know how
detail,
hard it is? Because how I try to train myself to read this was change the voices so it's a script.
Yeah.
You know, how would it?
Some people do that.
No, that's a lot of people do
I
that.
like, when someone was, I had my girl read to me because she was like, "Yo, I'm gotta read my book." I'm like, "Yo, just read to me. I'm gonna go to sleep with it."
Where,
And-
how,
and
you know
she would
how do they
change-
start that off?
What do you mean? How did they start that?
Children, just like in
Exactly.
kindergarten.
Exactly.
But you know-
That's the
you
best
know what
way
it
to
is?
learn.
You know
But
what
no,
it-
bro, I was
Go
saying the hardest why it's art is this guy was just explaining a speech about Malcolm X becoming getting a stamp of his face on it, and
Yeah,
he was
that's it. Yeah,
he was
yeah,
explaining like what everyone said.
Yeah.
Bro, they say the most creative people are readers.
Absolutely.
Like
Well,
visual
you
creative,
wanna
like in
know-
their
hey,
mind.
Bashir, you want to know? I was going to tie right into a point I was going
Right,
to
hit
make.
me, hit me.
You can create the characters in your head. Not in your head, but like the voices in your head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which
It shapes-
which in turn shapes
Which is the
face.
reason why I 1,000% agree with Curtis when he tells Driss it's not the same
No,
when you're
it's
listening to
not.
an audio.
It's not.
Because you're hearing
Because
that person's voice. So now
And on
it's like
top of that,
can't-
you're hearing
them create the image for you.
No, you're hearing their package.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's a pack.
even that's what, and I learned that from Peterson when he was saying like even far as the YouTube thing. When you physically see somebody creating something,